County cheerleaders here at ORUD warming up for tonight's big game. Everybody yell. Y-E-L-L, Y-E-L-L, everybody yell, say Mavericks, Mavericks. Y-E-L-L, Y-E-L-L, everybody yell, say Mavericks, Mavericks. ORUD has exciting appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. Learn more about how much you can save at ORUD.org.
You can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you make the switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying.
Natural gas is affordable, reliable, and safe. We are proud to offer our customers a product that saves money, provides consistent service, and is a clean energy source.
ORUD is your one-stop shop. We sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing. ORUD is your affordable energy choice, so make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season.
A lot of time has passed since Anderson County was hoisting up its first gold football in school history. The Mavericks were led by the likes of Walker Martinez, Gavin Noe, and others. To get to that point, Davey Gillum's team had to exercise some demons, the biggest of which was probably a win in the state quarterfinals against Greenville, a team that had ended AC season in that very round for 4 straight years between 2017 and 2020. But that wasn't the only monkey the Mavs got off their backs. The magical 15-0 run began a year ago on a night much like tonight against the then reigning 5A state champions, the Powell Panthers. Powell star quarterback Jordan Potts was injured early in that game, but even still, the 48-14 drubbing ended a 3-year losing streak and got Tim Elrod's favorite team started on the path that made history. Now Matt Lowe's squad will get its chance to start the season with a win against the defending state champion. Both teams will look quite a bit different thanks to both having loaded senior classes last season, but the rosters are still loaded with talent, and this will be one of, if not the premier matchup in all of Week 1 of the 2023 TSSAA football season, and we bring it to you live thanks to our presenting sponsor, OEB Law. Day or night, 24/7, someone will be there to answer and give you a free consultation and get to work on your case immediately. Call 865-546-1111 or visit the website full of helpful information, reckontoacheck.com, OEB Law. Welcome to the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. I'm Aaron Harvey, and I'm joined with a new face in the booth this season, Coach Dr. Dan Shoemaker. Coach, man, we're so excited to have you all along this season.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I've been a part of football since I was about 7 years old, so fall's always a special time of year, and I'm proud to be here.
Yeah, you know, some people might say, like, oh, okay, so he went out and got another Wartburg guy, but you know what? That's just the way it happened. I know Wartburg people, so I asked a Wartburg person, okay? That's just the way it happened, but, you know, if you're wondering what we did with Coach James Hoot Gibson, I'm sad to announce he's been with us the past 3 years, but he's moved on to a better place. I mean, it's a better place for him anyway. He decided he needed to put the coach's headset back on, and he's doing just that at his alma mater, Wartburg, and we'll miss him here and wish him nothing but the best in Bulldog country. And that said, we replaced one coach with another. How about you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I started my coaching career back in 1990. at Fox Middle School in Gainesboro, Tennessee, over in Jackson County. I spent my last season coaching 2 years ago helping Central Middle School in Wartburg. So I've got to bookend that. I've had about 22 years at the high school level, both at Cedar Ridge High School and Wartburg Central High School. During that time, I served as position coach, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, and a head coach. But my most recent claim to fame is that I became a papa in January to a beautiful granddaughter, little Miss Merritt.
And that right there means as much, if not more, than being a football coach. So you're everything. You're Papa Dan, you're Dr. Dan, you're Administrator Dan, Coach Dan. You're a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. A lot of hats.
A Dan of all trades. So, again, we welcome you to the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Elaine, she's been in the real estate business 6.5 years. She's a multi-million-dollar producer for the last 5 years with just under $10 million in sales last year alone. You can give her a call or text 423-619-6748. That's 423-619-6748. Email her, ElaineWalden15@gmail.com. So we're going to talk about tonight's matchup. We're going to tell you what's going on around the area and all when we get back. But we're excited to say that you were tuned in to the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
When should you get tested for COVID-19? You have symptoms of COVID-19, such as runny nose, congestion, sore throat, fever, cough, shortness of breath, muscle pain, headache, chills, or loss of taste or smell. Current testing recommendations say everyone should get tested immediately if they have symptoms of COVID-19. If you have symptoms, be sure to follow recommendations about how long to stay home and away from others. For more information, visit our If You Are Sick or Test Positive webpage.
"1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances. because we care.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
And welcome back to your OEB Law Game of the Week and into your Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Again, give Elaine a call. She works the majority of East Tennessee, but mostly Anderson, Blount, Cumberland, Loudoun, Knox, McMinn, Monroe, Morgan, Roane, and Scott counties. You can give her a call at 423-619-6748. That's 423-619-6748. Aaron Harvey, joined by the coach, Dr. Dan Shoemaker. Looking at the slate of games tonight, I think we have the Ollie Frazier of Week 1 across the state, but that doesn't mean there aren't compelling games elsewhere. Let's start with a couple teams you're very familiar with, Rockwood and Oneida. The Tigers are at the reservation to begin their season this year as a Class A team. The Indians are hoping to improve upon a 4-7 record from the year of our Lord 2022, and a win tonight would be a great start to that endeavor. While Oneida is hoping to trend upwards, Rockwood is hoping not to trend downwards, following the loss of some very important seniors, including lineman Nehemiah Story, running backs Pudge Hannibal and Dakota Waldo Jolly, athlete Dryston Turner. Rockwood got the 42-24 dub in the matchup last year, but this one could come down to the wire.
Yeah, I expect a really good game up in Oneida tonight. I know both of those teams really well. Rockwood has dropped to single A, but I guarantee you they're still going to be a tough team to contend with. Coach Webb will definitely have those guys ready. They have a lot of players that they've got to figure out how to replace. I know they've got some young players that are going to be starting for the first time tonight. But they'll find that right combination before the district opens up. And then Oneida, they've got some spots to fill as well. They throw the ball fairly well. That quarterback is back, and he does a nice job running that offense. And I see them as a very well-balanced team, too. They're going to run the ball and throw it. I think that's going to be a closer game this year than it was last year. With whoever's making the fewest mistakes in that game will come out on top.
And I just want to point this out because it's worth noting. You began your coaching career in 1990, you stated. Yeah, well, John Webb began his coaching career in 1996.
Yes.
At Rockwood. The guy has been at Rockwood since 1996. I was in the first grade. Don't tell him I said that. But
yeah, John and I went to Tech at the same time, so yeah, we've known each other a while.
So also like to mention that the Battle of Broadway is tonight, and that's to kick off the season. And normally this is a Week 2 matchup, but moving it to Week 1 this year, only 4 miles separate Knox Central and Fulton High School, but a lot separate the fans from a rivalry standpoint. Between the opening of Fulton in 1951, the two schools played each other every year until the 90s. The rivalry resumed in 2013. Since that point, the Falcons have won 6 times to Central's 5. The Bobcats will look to their workhorse Frank Johnson IV, and Fulton will have a new quarterback to replace their 2022 Mr. Football winner Marcellus Jackson. Could be a great one in North Knoxville.
This has been a great matchup since that game resumed back in 2013. Been fairly even both sides, and those two teams know each other very well. When you go to the barbershop on Saturday, you're probably seeing somebody from the other fan base as well. And they're going to have to figure some things out, but it won't take long for those guys. I expect a great game there.
Fulton, of course, also mourning the loss of Bob Black, longtime coach and administrator there, for which the home field is named. So there may be a little extra mojo for the Falcons tonight. So we're going to pause for a moment, and we will take in the national anthem performed by the Powell High School Marching Band.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to call your attention to the west end zone where the American flag, the state of Tennessee flag, and the Powell High School flag has already been raised. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as the Powell High School Marching Panther Band, under the direction of Mr. Andrew Smith, plays our national anthem.
Nothing like the national anthem to tell you that we are getting close to game time. The clock up here at Powell says we've got about 6.5 minutes before this game will tick off. Just want to say really quickly that also happening tonight, another school you're very familiar with, obviously, Wartburg playing at Coalfield tonight to start the season. That's a big rivalry, and that has potential to be a good game. 14-6 was the final last year.
That game was a lot closer last year than most folks thought. I've been a part of that one many, many times. Starting in 1992 was my first trip to Coalfield. And I got my first win as a varsity head coach against Coalfield. So that's a game that's kind of near and dear to me. Then the Bulldogs have not won that matchup since 2009. And you've got two young coaches kind of squaring off tonight. Coach Napier is a Coalfield guy. He's been there. He's played. He knows what that game means. Coach Peels in his second season starting to turn some culture around. Both of these guys and their staffs and their players are working really hard. Coach Peels is trying to change that culture and get that Hoot Bowl trophy back home that I lost in 2010, and that's going to be a great game tonight.
And, of course, the Hoot Bowl trophy named after the late Jim Hoot Gibson, for which was the grandfather of our friend, James Hoot Gibson. So I tell you what, we're going to go to break. Anderson County has run out. We will preview our matchup tonight when we get back to the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Really? Again? Hey, if I had automotive style suspension like the new Simplicity, plus a free floating mower deck for the best cut, I'd be all that too.
Well,
and if I had the expertise and advice of his Simplicity dealer, maybe he'd look forward to hanging out with me.
You don't have a Simplicity dealership.
Good point. Huh.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the pregame show, the Elaine Walton of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. And you can give Elaine a call. Again, her phone number is 423-619-6748. She's been serving this area for 6.5 years, did just under $10 million in sales last year. She'll take very good care of you. That is Elaine Walton of East Tennessee Properties. So here we go. Tonight it is, and there's Elaine, 423-619-6748. So let's see. Anderson County and Powell, they've had some very good matchups, some very memorable football games over the last 4 seasons. 2 star-studded programs run by 2 coaches familiar with winning and 2 titans of their respective classifications. This year should look quite a bit different, even though the potential for all the intensity and big plays remains. For Anderson County, Walker Martinez he's no longer going to be slinging it around the field. You've got a talented senior transfer from Jefferson County. He's going to be tasked with that. Gavin No, he won't get the bulk of the carries from behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be Nick Moog's job, and Nick Moog's job alone. Bryson Val, he's no longer outside making plays from the wide receiver position, but Trent Strickland and Dalen Cole are ready to step into place. Similar story for Powell. It's not Jordan Potts at quarterback. It'll be Deuce Rogers. Fabi Niwo won't be looked at as the starting tailback like he was at the start of last season. He'll be too busy filling one of the vacancies left by a talented receiver corps that graduated. These coaches expect big things from guys we'll get acquainted with tonight.
Yeah, big-time programs like this don't rebuild, they reload. And so the pipeline is there. Each team graduated some great talent that you'll see on Saturdays in a year or two. But these players are ready for their chance tonight. Somebody's going to step up. The next man philosophy is in play tonight, and there's going to be 1 or 2 young players tonight that we're going to be surprised by as they step up their game.
First game of the season, this is not a region game. These 2 teams aren't even in the same classification. Obviously, there's pride on the line, and Powell wants to avenge the 48-14 beatdown it got last season. Is there any inkling of big picture talk tonight, or do both teams go out there and play this one as if it's for a big playoff game?
Well, I think there's a couple of ways to look at it, and both coaches, when I talked to them this week, are looking to see what they have and how those pieces are going to fit together. I think they're going to accomplish a couple of things. One is bragging rights. These schools are separated by 2 exits here on I-75, so they know each other, and they know of each other. And so tonight, whenever this game is over with, whoever has the most points will be declared the winner. But I guarantee you, you won't talk about the other team and say they're losers. They came up short tonight. And so you can't say that they'll take a loss, obviously, because they don't have the points, but they will not be losers. Tonight's going to be a building night for both programs.
So Anderson County wins the toss. They will defer to the second half. And you know what? We made Coach Gibson, he had to give us his keys to the game. But we want you to give, Dr. Dan's do's and don'ts for both tems. So,
yeah,
what do you got for us?
The do's and don'ts, I think, for both teams are pretty straightforward. Number one, we're going to eliminate turnovers. We're going to eliminate turnovers. We got to eliminate penalties, especially pre-snap penalties, and don't let the momentum get away from you. Don't let that momentum get away from you.
And then for the do's for Anderson County.
Do's for Anderson County, get the offense going early. I see the running game is being a strength. They're going to have to get the ball, distribute the ball. I think the other thing that I see for Anderson County is no pre-snap penalties. Make sure they get into their rhythm, into their execution.
So we are just about set to get underway. You see one thing, get AC off schedule to utilize the pass rush of Souls McDonald. That's going to be key for Powell tonight.
Absolutely.
So getting set for our attorney Daniel Forrester kickoff tonight. I'd like to recognize Mr. Forrester, help step up to pay for the broadcast fee tonight. So here is that kick. And it is going to go in about 7 yards deep into the end zone.
Yeah, that's a nice kick.
And that kickoff was by Tyler Radcliffe. Anderson County typically has good kickers. That's a few years back they had a kicker that went to Ole Miss.
That's the kicking game is 1/3 of this whole thing. Offense, everybody talks offense, defense, but special teams in the kicking game are definitely very important.
So now we will see Deuce Rogers take snaps behind the line for that Powell offense. You see Mr. Rogers, he's tall. He's an imposing body. Set up behind him is running back, the junior Connor Wheeler. Has a pistol set with 3 wideouts to the right side for Powell. And flags on the play.
Pre-snap penalty.
There it is. So that is a false start on Powell. That'll cost him 5 yards, bring up a 1st and 15. Now, 2 years ago, we did this game right here in Powell, and I didn't get home till 1 a.m. because there were, I don't remember how many, there was like 30 penalties that night. It took forever, not to mention there was like 100 points scored in that one.
I got to say, yeah, high-scoring games tend to get run along, especially when the ball's in the air.
So here is Rogers, his first. He will fake the carry, and he will be gobbled up in the backfield, and that is a huge loss. There's some people up here saying that maybe the ball came out, but I don't think so. He was clearly stopped.
Yeah, he was stopped. Forward momentum was definitely stopped. Big play by the defense right there. That now gets them 2nd and 20.
Yeah, second and 20.
Yeah.
And if we were looking at that Chuck Fleischman replay, it looked like maybe he should have handed that ball off to Mr. Connor Wheeler. Maybe he read that one wrong. So now sends tight end motion, right to left. Rogers takes the snap, and this time it is Wheeler getting the carry, but he will be gobbled up and stopped. And for Anderson County, wrapping it up and finishing it was Trent Strickland.
Yeah, that Anderson County defense is really running to the ball right now. Play action later on might be good for Powell, but right now Anderson County is gobbling everything up in front of them.
Yeah, and you saw Strickland coming from a defensive back position there to wrap that one up. That was a loss of 3. That'll bring up 3rd and 23. So let's see what Powell has drawn up this time.
AC's in 3-man front.
Rogers handoff. And good run by Wheeler, still on his feet. Gets up to about the 25-yard line. He will still be 5 yards short of a first down, however. And that'll bring up 4th and about 5.
Nice play call. Got room to punt. You don't feel bad if, if anything happens in the back end on this punt formation.
And Wheeler is a player.
Absolutely. I talked to Coach Lowe this week, and that was one of the young men he mentioned right at the beginning of our discussion.
So set up to punt is Dylan Stooksbury. And nice high end over ender, fair catch, called for and made at the Anderson County 30-yard line by Dalen Cole. And now we will get to see the Anderson County offense come out onto the field for the first time. Now, you see sometimes these games start and you get some 3-and-outs. You might have some sloppy stuff. Is that just teams feeling each other out?
I think it is. I think also a little bit of nerves, guys. I mean, they've been waiting to play ball now for 7-8 months. So,
yeah, it's not like you start with a cupcake. Both of these teams with a tough matchup.
No.
So here is the new quarterback, Isaiah Hall, transfer from Jefferson County. Takes a snap, handoff, goes to Moog. Nick Moog finding some running room around the right side. Makes a couple guys miss.
Nice hard run right there.
Breaks some tackles, and that's something we have seen from Nick Moog, the senior, all 4 years that he's been at Anderson County. Gets the ball up to the 36. That'll bring up a 2nd and 4 on that Hammers 1st and 10.
Yeah, now he's the kind of guy that he's going to fall forward when he gets hit. He's going to fall forward. Runs hard. Has good vision as well.
Hall, again, back in shotgun. 3 guys, 3 wideouts to his left. Sets up the screen pass to Moog, and Moog is going to lose a yard. And that was a great play by Nico McDonald.
Yeah, Nico McDonald right there saved a big play. Had he not made that play, that play would have had a lot of yards. That's just great opportunity right there.
That's a great, and it wasn't McDonald actually.
Oh.
It was Jonte Dunn.
Okay.
McDonald cleaned it up, but Jonte Dunn stopped him. Okay. And trying to stop Moog in the open field is not easy to do. So
no,
a lot of credit there. And now we've got.
No, he was able to beat the blocker to the point. And that's the thing. When you attack, you got, if you can beat the blocker, you don't have to physically whip him. So,
I'm not sure what we've got going on here. Officials on the sideline talking to Coach Lowe. They're pointing to something. I guess the clock is stopped at 9. Okay, there it goes. Now the clock is stopped again at 9:51. I'm not sure what's going on, but all the officials there on that Powell sideline.
I'm sure Coach Gillum's wanting to know what the discussion's about as well.
See if we can get a call here. Nope. They're just going to say 3rd and 5?
3rd and 5.
No explanation, but we're going to run the play clock now. So Isaiah Hall threw for over 3,000 yards at Jefferson County last season, transferred in. He's going to have 3 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right, and Moog in the backfield. Hall points out coverage, takes a shotgun snap, and quickly that pass is out for a first down. And that goes to Mason Eckerson, a freshman on this Anderson County team. And Anderson County gets the Hammers 1st and 10.
Nice execution of a little 3-step drop out of shotgun right there. That went quick. And notice AC is lined right back up. They're getting ready to try to go again.
5 wide now. Hall alone in the backfield, takes a snap, 3-step drop. Now quarterback draw, picks it up, and he is going to get maybe 6 inches. Great play by Powell's defense there.
That'll look like it was getting ready to be a much bigger play than it was.
We'll see on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Linebackers really stepped up right here. Who is that?
Oh, that's a nice tackle.
Number 7.
Is that Landon Engel coming back from that linebacker spot?
I think so.
So now, handoff goes to Nick Moog, and Moog moves it ahead up to the 48-yard line of Anderson County. That's a good pickup of 6, and that'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, that gets you out of a 3rd and long right there. That was a nice call, nice play. The right side of the AC line right there did a great job of coming off the ball.
Yeah, and you said it earlier, too, that Moog is going to fall forward. So now you got split backs in the backfield.
3-man front from Powell.
Hall fakes a snap, looks over to the sidelines, gets the play call. Back there with Hall is going to be Waylon LaRue and Nick Moog. And now Anderson County is going to take a timeout. Your timeout's brought to you once again by Patterson's Appliances. While you wait, visit pattersonsappliances.com to shop online for quality home appliances today.
Summer's not over yet. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we offer a wide selection of vehicles to help you reel in every last drop of the season. 2023 Ford Escape, panoramic roof, 34,740. 2023 Ford Explorer XLT four-wheel drive, 46,915. A 2023 F-150 Super Cab 4x4, 46,938. Local you trust, summertime fun you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
And back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey, Dr. Dan, Coach Shoemaker in the booth with you this season on BBV TV Channel 12. 7:50 left to go in the first quarter. Anderson County faces a 3rd and 4 at the Maverick 48-yard line. And it looks like, Coach, they're going to come out with that same formation, some split backs in the backfield.
Let's see if Powell stays with that 3-man front. No, yeah.
Yeah, they will. Again, Waylon LaRue in the backfield with Nick Moog, and
oh my goodness.
Again, hard count. Got Powell to jump.
Pre-snap penalty again.
That's it. Encroachment. That's 2 penalties on Powell, none for AC. And that is a free Hammers 1st and 10 for Anderson County.
That's one of those mistakes
that you come out of the timeout. Is it harder for a defense to not jump off sides? Because you think, hey, they've got something drawn up, and turns out they drew up a hard count.
They sure did, yeah. A freeze. Maybe that was a freeze. I don't know. He jumped. He really did. He heard something.
So now Anderson County, again, 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Split backfield. And now Hall is in trouble. He makes it out of the pocket, throws it across the field. It's intercepted.
Pick.
And it is going back the other direction. That's Kalis Clearman. And Clearman makes it back to the Anderson County 47-yard line. And Powell with a takeaway. But there's a flag on the play.
Ooh, I didn't see that one.
And that's around where the quarterback was. You hope, if you're Powell, that this is not roughing the passer. Because where that occurred, it could be that. It could be a face mask.
Dead ball, personal foul.
On Powell.
Okay.
But they're going to say the interception stands.
Yeah.
So it was a dead ball, personal foul. So Powell still gets the takeaway, but they're going to lose some yardage.
Yeah, 15 yards, and you don't think, well, we still got the ball, but 15 yards can be a big deal right here.
And again, that's another penalty on Powell. That's 3 for 25 yards already tonight. So we'll see on this Chuck Fleischman replay if we can see what happened. You see Hall got in trouble. No, couldn't see it.
No, we lost
from there. So Rogers drops it to Wheeler out of the backfield. Wheeler picks up maybe a yard.
Little swing pass right there. AC really reacted well to that. They ran to that.
Well, I said maybe a yard. They're giving him forward progress. They'll give him a couple. Bring up a 2nd and 8.
Ooh, that was behind. That was a lateral. Yeah, that was a lateral right there. Watch the double pass coming sometime.
So now Rogers will have a wide out to his right, 2 to his left. Wheeler in the backfield. Here's a snap. And again, that zone read Rogers keeps it again, this time positive yardage, gets it up to, they're going to mark it at the 43-yard line. He will be about 3 yards shy of that first down marker.
Yeah, that was a nice quarterback run. He was reading that all the way and saw a little crease there and was able to exploit that.
And Rogers is a big guy. You see him out there.
Yeah, he is.
He's a big body. 3 wideouts to his left, 1 to his right.
We just went on 2 right there. AC didn't jump.
Now Powell gets the play. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Wheeler. Wheeler
he's short.
He is going to be. I don't know.
No, he's got that.
Where the line judge marked it, he's got it.
That left foot here. The guy down here on the bottom, yeah.
And that will make a Hammers 1st and 10.
Wow. Not by much.
No, we'll see it on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
What a run, what a fight to get that first down.
And Wheeler met that contact.
Yeah, he rolled up on the body of the defender. So, yeah, that's a good spot.
Yeah.
Officials got that one right.
I would agree. So here's Rogers, 2 wide outs, split way out to his left, 1 to his boundary side. Slot back in the backfield. Also Connor Wheeler with him. And now we've got a stoppage and play. I think the play clock was winding down, so instead of taking another 5-yard penalty, Powell, Coach Lowe, gets the timeout. This timeout, of course, brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Check out the new store at 1067 South Walnut Avenue in Cookeville, now open for business. We are 32 seconds halfway past the first quarter, and we've got 2 goose eggs on the scoreboard right now from these 2 very capable offenses. Powell with the football, Hammers 1st and 10 from the Panther 45-yard line. Rogers has Wheeler in the backfield.
Oh, wow, that was tough.
Yeah, handoff didn't go far. Gets to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
They brought the wing back, tried to insert him back into that blocking scheme, and there was just nothing there. There was nothing there. Those down guys up front are really doing the job for AC tonight. Oh, stopping the clock here.
See what we got.
25 seconds.
A 25-second time, is that what you said, Brad? Oh, I got it. And this is the second time we've had the officials to have to huddle up around the home head coach, Matt Lowe.
I tell you, the first home game, there are always little bitty things that you didn't quite expect, didn't quite count on.
I saw the clock went off and came back on, so they might have reset it, hoping that fixes whatever the problem is. Now here's Rogers, 3 wideouts to his left, 1 to his right, Wheeler in the backfield. And now Rogers rolls out, gets rid of it. That pass is complete across midfield and then hammered down just inside the 40-yard line of Anderson County.
Another first down.
And that was Trevor Bryant, I believe. You see on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Powell's going a little tempo right here.
My mistake. That was Dylan Stooksbury. The place kicker for this team, also backup quarterback. So now another Hammers 1st and 10. Powell in motion, handoff to Wheeler, and Wheeler just keeps those legs moving, gets down to the 32. That's a pickup of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, nice play call. AC sub got some different linemen in there. These guys are number 2 for a reason. They're getting ready to crank it back up, I'm sure.
So 4 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Powell on the move. Here's Rogers, takes a snap. Handoff goes to Wheeler. He's met in the backfield, breaks the tackle, keeps his legs moving, and he gets up close to a first down. What a run by Wheeler.
Hard run right there. Really nice, hard run.
Powell did a great job getting hands on him in the backfield, but couldn't bring him down, and he's going to be shy about half a yard. We'll watch this Chuck Fleischman replay. Great run.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It took
6. Yeah.
It took the 5th and 6th guy to finally get Wheeler down. So big third down here. Rogers, hands off to Wheeler. He's got the first down. I thought they jumped off sides. But the official didn't see it the way I did.
No, obviously not.
And I just want to say, I absolutely could be wrong. I'm not about to sit up here and trash some officials.
These offensive linemen for Powell are starting to get in a rhythm and come off the ball really hard right here.
And then Wheeler gets the carry again. And Wheeler's got some room up the left side. And he's going to be marked out of bounds at the, looks like 18-yard line. And that's a pickup of 8. That'll bring up 2nd and 2.
He makes a nice little jump cut up here and then gets up on the edge.
As Powell has reached the red zone with 2:37 left to go in this first quarter. Rogers has 3 wide receivers, boundary side. 1 split out way to the far side.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me to see a throw into the boundary.
And Stooksbury runs backwards. There is a flag on the play. It's in the backfield. Not sure what that would be for.
Yeah, that was a great play by number 10. They put the bunch into the boundary, and that's an obvious screen right there. So he jumped in and took advantage of that with the flag, and laying downfield. See if the coach would do it. It was a negative play.
I'm surprised. Was that ineligible? I thought that pass was behind the line of scrimmage. Okay.
Okay, well, Anderson County's going to decline it anyway. I thought that flag came out really early for that anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's that play right there lost about 10 yards. So that'll bring up 3rd and 12 now. Powell backed up to the Anderson County 28-yard line. Rogers all alone in the backfield, 5 wide. Calls out the play. Takes a snap. He's looking to his left. He's going to let this one go. The pass is complete to Wheeler, and Wheeler is marked out of bounds at the 24-yard line. That's going to be well shy of a first down, and Powell, I'm guessing, is going to send out their field goal unit with 1:44 left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, looks like we're going to kick.
And that is Dylan Stooksbury, again, the backup quarterback on this team. Stooksbury got to play a lot of quarterback last season with the injury to Potts. The ball will be placed at the 36, or a 31 rather.
No good.
That was a 41-yard attempt. It had the leg.
Yeah, it looked like he was a wide left. Let's check the replay.
That certainly had the leg, but Powell comes up empty. And now Anderson County will take over again with 1:44 left to go in this first quarter.
He had enough leg, he just missed it a little to the left. But very impressive kick. Just needed to move it over a little bit.
Geez, that probably would have been good from 46. It's been accurate.
I was going to say, that was a nice distance on that kick. You got to be thinking Powell had a really good opportunity with the turnover and then the drive and then come up empty. They want to take advantage of those opportunities every chance they get.
This game typically has a lot of scoring. So I think what you're seeing a lot of these new players. They're very talented, but these teams both had to replace a lot, so they're getting the feel of everything. So here is Hall, and Hall gets it out wide. Huge yardage on the play, all the way up inside the 30, and we've got a flag coming out. I'm wondering,
wow,
is it going to be a trip?
Wow.
Now, it saved a touchdown, I guess, but.
See if we can see it on the replay right here.
Yeah, it looked like Marcus Jackson actually tripped him with his foot.
Yeah, he did.
That's definitely.
I don't know if their legs incidentally collided or if that was a legitimate deal, but he did trip him.
Yeah, and that was Xavier James on that reception. Yeah, personal foul, tripping.
It's a 15-yard penalty.
That's a penalty because it's a dangerous play, so you don't want to see it. I tell you, you got to think about it. That's some gamesmanship. You don't want to get anybody hurt, but think about what if Powell's able to get a stop right here. That could come up later.
Right, exactly.
And you don't want to encourage anybody to trip anybody.
Yeah, and Zay Hall looks comfortable out there.
This is one of those philosophical things, I guess.
Well, it's like I'd rather give up a pass interference than a touchdown.
Right.
So.
Great play by James, breaking out.
So here is Isaiah Hall. Nick Moog in the backfield. Moog will get the carry up the middle and gets up to, looks like about the 11 on that Hammers 1st and 10. Pick up a 4.
Pick up a 4. Nice inside, hard running. Moog again falling forward. That's the kind of running back you want.
It's amazing that they had Gavin Noe in the backfield and Nick Moog in the backfield on that state championship team last year.
Exactly.
And Noe was hurt for a lot of that, but, that's a guy that's playing football at Navy right now.
At Navy right now, absolutely.
Here is Hall, fakes the handoff to Moog, and then gets it out again, and maybe up to the 10, maybe picks up 1 yard. And
it's close.
Again, that's Xavier James.
Yeah, speed, too much speed on the Powell defense right there.
Well, the defensive backfield for Powell, you got to realize there's only one defensive back experience. A lot of these
they get outnumbered a little bit on the edge sometimes with that Powell speed.
So now 3rd down, 7 yards to go for Anderson County. 3 wideouts to the left. And we've got a whistle. And
offsides. Wow.
All right, I'm just going to tell you, James Hoot Gibson, he told me he was going to watch this broadcast after his game tonight. I'm just telling you, he's going to watch that. He's going to be furious because he says defensive line never jump off sides. Watch the ball.
Watch the ball. Don't listen. Don't line up off sides. Watch the ball.
So free yardage there makes this a lot more manageable. 3rd and about 3. Hall in the backfield. Moog in the backfield with him. And Hall lets this one go. And that is to James. And I believe he's going to have enough for the first down.
Should be a first down right there. Yeah, it's first down.
Wow, Hammers 1st and goal for Anderson County. James knew exactly where he needed to go to get that first down, and that's where he went. So Anderson County playing the long game now.
Yeah, 1st and goal from the 5.
25 seconds on the clock remaining in this first quarter. This game knotted up at the big score of 0. Handoff goes to Moog. Moog looks for running room.
He's close.
He gets down to the 1.
About the 1, yeah.
2nd and 1.
That should get us to the quarter.
It will. Clock winds down. 2-1-0. And we will end this quarter with that Chuck Fleischman replay of Nick Moog's run. Anderson County will have it 2nd and goal from the 1 when we get back to your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
Welcome back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. First quarter ends scoreless, 0-0. It is Anderson County at Powell. Aaron Harvey, Coach Dan Shoemaker in the booth with you tonight on your BBB TV 12 broadcast. And Anderson County will begin this period with a 2nd and goal from inside the 1-yard line.
Aaron, I never would have expected a 0-0 tie at the end of the first quarter.
Now you watch. This touchdown is going to open up some floodgates. I see it. This is going to be a 75-76 final score somehow. And we'll be here until 1 a.m. again. This is a great start for both of these teams, though. This one doesn't matter so much just for bragging rights, but, man, when they get into the meat of their schedule, this game will be important. As Hall hands off to Moog, and Moog makes the first guy miss and dives in the end zone. That is a Sabra Beauchamp touchdown, Anderson County. How about that?
Nice play. They had a heavy package in. And just lined straight up and said, hey, let's come off the right side over here.
And Moog just bounces off tacklers.
And again falls forward.
That's what he does.
Powerful as he can be, and powered his way into the end zone. That's what you got to do on the 1-yard line.
All right, so Anderson County lines up to kick this extra point. And that is Josh Valero. Here's the snap. High snap. Set is good.
He got it.
Barely got that snap down off that high snap, but that extra point is good. And Anderson County, with 11:55 left to go in the first half, they lead this one 7-0. So, as we're well aware here at OEB Law, our guy Tim Elrod donates $1,000 to the home school of each game. That is incredible that he's able to. He also does that on Rivalry Thursday, and that's something. And you see there's the check, Powell High School. Thank you, Tim Elrod, for that. And OEB Law, part of the community, just like your high school. And they're part of Rivalry Thursdays on Knox 7, ABC, WATE 6, and Fox 43. The OEB Law Playoff Fridays, our Game of the Week, Rivalry Thursdays, All-Star Showcase for the 2023 season. Throughout the season, they will be highlighting the home school of that week's game, as I said, with a $1,000 donation to that school. So, again, thank you so much to Tim Elrod and OEB Law for all you do for these programs that we are fortunate enough to cover. So getting set for the Daniel Forrester kickoff for Anderson County, this is Tyler Radcliffe.
Last one went to the end zone. Let's see where this one goes.
And this is a good spinner that stops at about the 2-yard line, and it will be picked up for Anderson County. Or for Powell, rather.
Big return.
And that's Connor Wheeler. Gets it all the way up to the 37-yard line. And that is really good starting field position for Powell. And you see Wheeler, he's just got an extra gear.
Radcliffe put it in the end zone to start the game, but this time
Yeah, that's the difference between going to the end zone and having to cover a kick. You know, and Powell's in pretty good field position right here.
Wheeler, 5'9", 175 pounds, and lightning. So Rogers back out there. He's got a tight end. And now just going to flip it out to Wheeler. Wheeler's going to lose a couple yards on that. Hammers 1st and 10, which will bring up a 2nd and 12.
That snap was a little bit offline, and Deuce had to step over to get that. Maybe took his eyes off the defense for just a minute.
Sure enough.
Yeah, and Moog goes from scoring a touchdown,
So
coming off the end and putting some pressure on Rogers. How about that? Back-to-back plays, making his presence known.
So now again, Rogers in the backfield with Wheeler, 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. And handoff goes to Wheeler, and Wheeler picks up right about 2. Gets to about the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
3rd and long is an easy call for defenses. A little tougher for offenses. You'd rather be calling 3rd and 3.
Well, yeah, you can tell.
2nd and 4 is an easy call for the offense.
New quarterback, new wide receiver. They're trying to get
So they do give him 1 yard past the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 9.
Looks like we're prowling for AC, bringing about everybody.
And Rogers just rolls to his right and takes it himself, and he gets up to the 44-yard line. Coach Matt Lowe wants a personal foul.
Yeah, he thought he was hit out of bounds just a little bit, and I don't know that I disagree.
I was thinking the same thing. I don't know that I disagree there. But, yeah, Coach Lowe is fired up.
Yeah, here comes the punt team. Let's watch this replay.
Yeah, this defense has really, really impressed me thus far.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
No. It always looks worse, though, in live action.
Real time. Real time is always worse.
So now back to receive this punt for Anderson County's Dalen Cole, and it is Stooksbury back to punt for Powell. Stooksbury, high spiral.
Fair catch.
And it is fielded cleanly by Dalen Cole. So
good coverage right there.
Yes,
Powell's down the field, nice high punt, so you can cover that. Always important to cover kicks. We used to punt every day in practice. It may be just 5 minutes, but we had to do that so we could cover.
So with 10:07 left to go in the second quarter, Anderson County will have the ball back, and it will be spotted. I think they're going to give him the 17. Now remember, their last drive went for a touchdown, and it started at the 20.
Yeah, had a nice little screen pass on the edge.
Here's Isaiah Hall. He's going to hand it off, and the ball is stripped away, heading to the end zone. Powell is in there for a Sabre Beauchamp touchdown, and that is Charvin Thomas, the junior.
Wow. Talk about momentum shift right there. Talk about momentum shift.
You do not see that very often.
Yeah, Vince, they actually got the backup in there. Waylon LaRue from Huntington.
And that was
right there. Yeah, just stripped it out.
And that wasn't Nick Moog in there running the football. That was Waylon LaRue.
Rely on Moog on the defensive side or leave his back in.
And he just came in and pulled it out.
Wow.
Gives it up for a touchdown.
So now, here's Stooksbury on to attempt the extra point. It is up. It is good. Powell answers with 9:58 left to go in the first half. It is Powell 7, Anderson County 7 on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard. As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
And back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, as you see the Powell student section there, they're fired up.
Oh, yeah, momentum is always big in these games, and it'll shift from this side of the field to that side of the field and back. We just saw a huge momentum shift.
We did, and the stands are packed. You've got Anderson County stands, visiting stands, they're full. People lined up on the fences. You've got Powell's home side, it's full. You see on your screen there, that's Anderson County's bleachers completely full. Everybody wants to be here. They want a ticket to this one tonight, and for good reason. So now, Dylan Stooksbury will set up for the attorney Daniel Forrester kickoff. Back deep to receive for Anderson County. Looks to be Xavier James and Israel Small. Here's Stooksbury's kick. It's a long spinner.
Yeah, almost out the back of the end zone on the fly. Probably hit about 9 yards deep in the end zone.
Stooksbury's got a leg on him as well. So Anderson County will take over at the 20-yard line. And they were just here. This just happened.
They're going to say, we're deja vu all over again, as Yogi Berra would say.
See a fork in the road. You know what you do with it. You take it.
Take it.
So, Hall in the backfield, hands off to Moog, who's back in the game. Moog with about a 5-yard gain on
nice run. Nice
first
run.
and 10. They'll give him 5.5. We'll call it 2nd and 4. Chuck Fleischman replay here. With that Anderson County line getting up the field, giving Moog a lot of room to run. Hall's got 3 wide outs to his left this time, 1 to the short side of the field. Moog in the backfield again. Hall takes a snap, takes the handoff, and now lets it fly, and he's got a man there. That pass is complete.
Oh, that's a nice catch. Nice throw and catch right there.
That is Dalen Cole, and Cole, the senior. And he is filling some big shoes that were left behind by Bryson Vowell and a few others from last season.
Yeah, AC's going tempo now. They're getting ready to try to snap it again.
And honestly, you hard count right here because, well, you don't actually. The handoff goes to Moog. Moog tries to get over left tackle, and they'll give him maybe 3 on that Hammers 1st and 10.
Very patient right here. Watch him. Wasn't a lot there to work with, but he still had positive yards.
So Anderson County has already gone 80 yards on one drive to score a touchdown. They're trying to do it again. 8:16 left to go in this first half. Moog in the backfield with Hall. And Hall quickly gets it out to James. Xavier James gets it up to about the 32-yard line. He'll be a couple yards shy of the sticks.
Yeah, a little quick hitch right there.
Anderson County's offense just so dynamic. They can hit you with these dinks and dunks like they have shown and like they showed on their touchdown drive. Moog is always a threat to get that football, but then they'll throw it over your head too.
Exactly. When you come up to play the run or you're trying to play press, then they'll run by you.
So here's Hall, fakes the handoff, gets it out to James in the backfield. James tries to make it outside. He does.
Wow.
And he'll have enough for the first down.
I thought that was going to be a negative play.
Oh, they're going to mark him short.
Oh, I thought he got in front of the sticks.
He did not. So that'll be 4th and half a yard.
Here, the replay gives a little better picture here. Yep, he was right.
But Anderson County, of course, is going to go for this, and I would too. But watch for a hard count.
I was going to say, let's go with freeze right here.
And there was a hard count there by Hall. Now Hall's going to rush back up to the line. He's got Moog in the backfield.
12 seconds.
Takes the snap, handoff to Moog. Moog has it.
I think he does.
He picked up 1.5 yards, and that was about 1 yard more than he needed to get the Hammers 1st and 10.
Well, when you got a big guy like that and he does fall forward, that gets you another 1.5 yards just because of his height.
It's a cheat code.
Yeah.
So now Anderson County will have a slot back. That'll be Cody Miller. But then 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Fakes handoff, Moog, and now quickly up the field. That pass is complete.
Wow.
And that is up to the 5-yard line to Cody Miller. And Miller just hit the seam.
Yeah, just a little bit. Lined up at wing back and just got up down the seam. Found the grass, found the open space. And Hall was able to get him the ball.
They're going to give him the 4. 6:55 left to go in the first half. Anderson County threatening in a 7-7 deadlock. Miller again this time from that wingback position, lines up on the right, and Moog gets the handoff up the middle, still churning his legs.
Is he in? I think he's in.
Still waiting on the signal. Still waiting on the signal. Touchdown, Sabre of Beauchamp. Touchdown, Anderson County. So another 6 points goes up on the scoreboard for Anderson County with 6:37 left to go in the first half.
And it looks like Anderson County has established the identity of what the line of scrimmage is going to look like today.
I tell you got to be impressed. You got to be impressed with Anderson County.
Yeah, there's a Moog second touchdown. Just a good hard runner.
So Josh Valero on to attempt the extra point.
Now I'm watching the offensive line guys down here for Powell getting their heads together. I saw them had a little team huddle right there. They were discussing some things. They're getting ready to step out and try to make a difference right here.
So Anderson County doubles up on Powell. They now lead this one 14-7 with 6:37 left to go in the first half of your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week, Aaron Harvey, Dr. Dan Shoemaker. We are at Powell. Anderson County has just taken the lead as we get set for our Daniel Forrester for Chancellor kickoff.
Let's see if this one makes it to the end zone. The last Powell return was a really good one. Wheeler returned it. It was a nice return.
This is Tyler Radcliffe. And Radcliffe with a high spinner will come up short of the end zone to about the 6-yard line. And Powell with another great return, breaking up to the 37-yard line. And that, my friend, is Marcus Jackson.
Nice return right there as well.
And so that's the 2 kickoffs for Anderson County that did not go into the end zone were returned past the 35-yard line. So that's something Anderson County is going to want to look at.
Always something to work on, right? I mean, even it's never as good as it looks on film, and it's never as bad as it looks when you look at the film. But so, you know, always things to work on, and that might be something Coach Gillum makes a note upon.
So Deuce Rogers back at quarterback. Hands off to Connor Wheeler. Wheeler being patient, looking for some running room. Has some around the outside. Picks up a good 3 yards to bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that was a nice patient run. I know he's a quick guy. Uh-oh, flag.
I don't know. That looks like it happened right around the tackle.
Got a holding call from the white hat. Just gave us a holding call.
Was it number 75?
Yeah, I think it was.
So, yeah, that's a hold. And again, Powell racking up these penalties. That's going to spot the ball back to the 25-yard line of the Panthers. They're going to make the 47. So if my math is correct, that is a 1st and 22. Rogers now sends his wide out, even wider out. Handoff up the middle to Wheeler. And Wheeler is stopped down. Great tackle by Israel Small for Anderson County. Because really, if Small doesn't make that tackle right there, Wheeler's got a lot of running room.
Yeah.
You'll see it right here on the Chuck Fleischman replay. And it's not like Wheeler's easy to bring down.
No, you'll notice that they're playing a too high safety look, but those safeties aren't 15 yards deep either. They're up there. Their job is to fill on the run, and that's exactly what happened right there.
2nd and 16 now for Powell. Rogers calls out coverage, sends Wheeler in motion. Rogers, low snap, has to pick it off the ground, but now he's going to fire it deep, and that pass is complete to Dylan Stooksbury.
Wow.
What a play, what a throw.
Wow, was able to keep his composure, pick the ball up, and go to the receiver he wanted to go to.
That's all the way up to the 30-yard line. And Powell in business now with 5:15 left to go in the first half. And now the Panthers quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Rogers getting his team set. They're going to send 3 to the boundary side. Rogers, handoff. He takes it up the middle, and he's going to pick up about 5. Good pickup on that Hammers 1st and 10 will bring up 2nd and 5.
Well, yeah, I think Stooksbury's established himself.
So they run that read option there.
And bad snap.
He got 5 yards. I mean, that's not a bad play on first down.
Nope.
That's huge.
That's being ahead of the chains.
Exactly.
So here is Rogers, pistol set now, 3 wideouts to his right. Handoff goes to Wheeler this time. Wheeler with some running room. He's going to have the Hammers 1st down.
Wow, he was 1 step away from breaking that to the end zone. Makes a nice little cut right here.
And Israel Small again is there to make the stop. Handoff, Wheeler again. Wheeler straight up the middle, and he's going to pick up about, let's see where they mark it. That's about 6. He picked up 6 yards. Wheeler.
Now, if you watch that offensive line for Powell, remember I said they had that little huddle right before this series, and they're coming off the ball. They're trying to send a message right here.
So here is Rogers again, the pistol set. Got a halfback lined up to his right. And now Rogers is going to keep it, and he finds some running room to the 5, down to about the 3-yard line. That's going to be enough for a Hammers 1st and goal. And Powell threatening with 3:36 left to go in this first half. You see the Chuck Fleischman replay?
Yes. The missed tackle gave him a big opportunity. Uh-oh.
And now we've got a timeout for Anderson County. They want to talk about this. I guess Coach Gillen maybe didn't like what he was seeing out there. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances, proudly serving your community since 1965 because we care. And we'd also like to give a big shout out Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties. Give her a call, 423-619-6748. You know what? I'm a millennial, so I'm going to tell you, text her too. Text her. She likes it. 423-619-6748. Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties. Did just under $10 million in business.
Headache, chills, or loss of taste or smell. Current testing recommendations say everyone should get tested immediately if they have symptoms of COVID-19. If you have symptoms, be sure to follow recommendations about how long to stay home and away from others. For more information, visit our If You Are Sick or Test Positive webpage.
Back at Powell, 3:21 left to go in the first half. The Panthers threatening a Hammers first and goal from the AC 4-yard line. Aaron Harvey, Dr. Dan Shoemaker. I got to figure that out. Is it Coach Doctor? Is it Dr. Coach? How do we do that?
Most folks call me Coach. When they come to my office, at the Career and Technical Center, they say, "Hey, Coach, how's it going?"
Yeah, we got to throw that doctor in there, though. It just sounds too good. Dr. Dan.
Coach Lambert was a little bit animated in that huddle after that timeout. I think he's trying to make some adjustments.
Coach Tony Lambert, former head coach at Oneida, now the defensive coordinator here for Anderson County. And now they're going to load up the left side of the line. Rogers takes a snap, handoff Wheeler. He's going that way, and he's brought down at the 2-yard line. And that'll bring up second and goal.
You notice they traded the tight end wingback from the right to the left, and then to give them a numbers advantage. And Anderson County kind of slanted to that set, and so Wheeler was bringing it back. Nice choice. I mean, he got positive yards. It just wasn't the play he wanted.
And Izzy Small on that tackle again. Handoff Wheeler. Wheeler's met in the backfield. And
keep.
Wow. That fooled me, and we have a Sabra Beauchamp touchdown, Powell. Woo!
I was like everybody else. I was watching Wheeler. Nice fake.
And Sabra Beauchamp sponsoring our touchdowns tonight, as Powell has brought this one to within 1 with 2:45 left to go in this first half. So now it's going to be Stooksbury on to kick. Rogers to hold. That kick is up, and it is through the uprights. Powell ties it. 2:45 left to go in the first half. Anderson County have a little bit of time to work with, though, when we get back to your OEB Law Game of the Week.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammer's popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
You can't ask for a better game than
Back at Powell for your OEB Law Game of the Week. The Panthers tying it up here at home, 14-14 against the Anderson County Mavericks. But here's the thing. Anderson County won the toss. They elected to defer to the second half. And we know Anderson County's offense has potential. They can go fast. They are high-powered. So Powell will want to try to keep them from scoring before the end of this half.
Yeah, you get with the deferring on the kickoff and getting the ball second half gives you some advantages. And if Anderson County could score this drive and then get the ball coming out of the halftime, then that definitely gives them possession advantage.
So now Dylan Stooksbury to kick this one deep. And back deep is Izzy Small and Xavier James for Anderson County. They will not get an opportunity to return this one, though, because, again, 9 yards deep into the end zone is where Stooksbury sends it. So Anderson County takes over at the Maverick 20-yard line with 2:45 left to go here in this first half.
I expect to see Anderson County pick up the tempo here a little bit. You don't want to make a mistake and turn the ball over, but you would like to get points on the board as well.
Yeah, and also
so we'll get to see how Isaiah Hall can do here as Moog gets the handoff to start this drive, and he's going to lose yards. Loses at least 1 to bring up a 2nd and 11. And Chuck Fleischman been our sponsor for replays again tonight. like he has for several years now.
Freeze call. Now we get the play.
So here is Hall. Handoff goes to Moog again. A flag comes out. And that'll stop the clock. Thrown right around the center of that line.
Yeah, that's an interesting spot right there. Chop block.
Ooh.
Chop against the Mavericks. That's a big penalty.
It is. See, that's a 15-yarder.
It will be half the distance from that
But it would
spot.
be half the distance, and you wonder, do they decline it?
They've been doing well the whole game, but it looks like this
Because, I mean, it'll be, if you decline this penalty, it would be a 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12.
Great to have you with us here on our KOC Game of the Week. Knox Orthopedic Clinic.
Yep, right there.
Yep, there it was. Clear as day. And that is declined, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 for Anderson County. 2:03 left to go in this first half. Anderson County facing a 3rd and long. The press box starts to shake as the Powell Panther fans get on their feet. Hall drops back to pass, lets this one go. That pass is, did he get it?
I think he did.
That is a first down. He needed 11. He got 11 before stepping out of bounds, and that is Dalen Cole.
Watch his throw. Just nice zoom. Boom. That's precision right there.
Well, Coach Gillum said that Hall was probably the most talented player he'd ever seen.
And that's saying something.
It is.
Coach Gillum's had some good players come through that program.
And now marker comes out, and the official indicates that is a false start. I believe that's Anderson County's first penalty of the night, other than the chop block.
Yeah.
So the first pre-snap penalty, we'll say. 1:45 on the clock. 1st and 15. Hall fakes the handoff, and he lets this one fly up in the air. That pass is tipped up, and
nice
it
defense.
is incomplete.
Nice defense. I thought that was going to be a catch right across the middle, but the pass breakup was right on time.
Xavier James got his hands on it, but again, like you said, great defense there. Let's see, for Powell, that was Brody Hollowell that stepped up and knocked that ball out of his hands.
Nice play right there.
So 139, 2nd and 15. Three wide outs to the left, one to the right. Hall back to pass, and he just drops this for a screenplay to Moog, and Moog is stopped after a pickup of maybe 2.
Yeah, that wasn't a big play. Here it is.
So in the second quarter, we got a scoring update. It is 14 Coalfield, Wartburg 12.
Wow. Close ball game. They're rocking at Rochelle Field tonight.
The clock is still running. Anderson County content to take its time now. They don't want to give Powell any time. And the play clock runs down to 0.
Yeah.
And that's a delay of game. That's 5 more yards against Anderson County. Nope, they got the timeout.
Oh.
So this timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. They service what they sell with in-house factory-trained appliance service technicians.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey, Coach Dan Shoemaker. And I'd like to remind you, getting kicked off again, the free medical clinic Friday night scoreboard show takes place every Friday, either at 10 or when we go off the air, if it's after 10. David Queener, Jonathan Cox on with you. Give a call to that Friday night scoreboard show. Let them know where you were, what your game, what happened in your game, and they will discuss it.
To protect your quarterback, you've got to be smart. You got the ball behind the 30-yard line.
Third 15. Not sure what this play. Might be a draw.
That's exactly what it is. The coach diagnosed it correctly, and so did Powell. Picking up 4.
Powell took a timeout to save a little clock right there.
And Powell will take a timeout, which is brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Hiring now for sales, delivery techs, and service techs. Find them on Indeed to apply.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
Ball. But special teams has been great today.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week as Anderson County gets set to punt this one away. Looks like we got another scoring update. Knox Central leading over Fulton. That's one of the games that we talked about in the pregame. In the second quarter, 24-8.
Wow, that's a bigger margin than I would have ever anticipated.
Same here. And looks like maybe there's an update to that Coalfield score. Looks like the Yellow Jackets now leading 20-12. That one in the second quarter.
There's the punt.
And it's ugly. End over ender. And it's going to land and go out of bounds at the Powell 40. You wonder, were they just trying to prevent a return?
I think he did. I think they were afraid of the return. If it goes out of bounds, there's no return, obviously, and there's no penalty for kicking out of bounds on a punt. So that's not a bad strategy.
Not a very long punt, but effective in stopping a long return, which Anderson County has struggled with on kickoffs tonight. So 32 seconds to go. Trying to think of where Powell would need to get to be in field goal range. I'd say probably safely somewhere between the 30 and the 35.
If you could get to the 30, I think you're in good shape.
And the wind is blowing to the backs of Powell right now, so that helps. Rogers.
Out of bounds.
He gets it up to his big tight end, and that's going to be a pickup of 4 to bring up 2nd and 6. And that's Matthew Clayton, the senior. 6'3" senior. He's a big guy.
Anderson County staying with that 4-man front right there.
And I think that's a great job. Complete the pass, get out of bounds, advance.
So here is Deuce Rogers, rolls to his left. He's looking downfield. Now he's going to dump it underneath, and that is complete to Adam Weaver.
Wow, that kind of reminds you of Patrick Mahomes just a little bit.
Yeah. That's an amazing little dump off, and he was right behind the line of scrimmage. I mean, that was a perfect play by Deuce Rogers. Hammers 1st and 10. Rogers up to the line. 20 seconds left to go in this first half. Handoff goes to Connor Wheeler. Wheeler finding running room around the left side, and he will go out of bounds around the 20-yard line. So now Powell can feel like they are in field goal range now. There's 14 seconds on the clock. So maybe you take a couple shots at the end zone, maybe the corner of the end zone, or maybe you hand it off and set up for a field goal to end the half.
Yeah, I think at this point you're going to take a shot to the end zone. And if that's not good, then you send your.
And here is that shot, and it's incomplete. He tried to hit his tight end, Matthew Clayton, and it just went over his fingertips. And you see Rogers walking off the field, and he's patting his shoulder pad saying, that's me.
Yeah,
that's my bad.
He was too wide open. Wow. Yeah, that was your shot. Now you take another shot.
Yeah, because only 3 seconds went off the clock. Powell has plenty of time here, as long as, either it's an incomplete or he's tackled out of bounds, or we'll see. Rogers trots out onto the field.
Okay, they've gone empty right here.
10 seconds on the play clock, and yes, no one in the backfield but Mr. Deuce Rogers. 1 second on the play clock, 0 seconds on the play clock. That is
timeout.
Timeout. Powell got it in there. So this timeout is brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. And follow them on Facebook for appliance specials, job postings, and more.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
And back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. 11 seconds on the clock in this tied game, 14-14. Powell 18 yards away from pay dirt. Within field goal range now, for sure.
I believe, Aaron, that was their last time out, so that takes the run completely out of the picture right here. You're going to have to throw to the end zone. If that's incomplete, then you got to get your field goal team out there. I think this is the last offensive play before the kick.
Yeah, you got to get this one to the end zone. Ball spotted on the left hash. 3 wide receivers to that short side of the field. Wheeler in the backfield.
Wheeler's in motion. Okay.
So now Wheeler will empty the backfield. Rogers is going to that end zone, and it is incomplete. And again, that only takes 4 seconds off the clock. Do you risk running another play?
I think he is.
You've had 2 plays that took a total of 7 seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put Wheeler out there, brought him out from the back.
He had it.
Yeah,
he had his man beat.
Yeah, that was the right play. That was the right throw. Just, throw and catch.
Just missed it.
Week 3, week 4, that's an easy throw and catch. But right now, the first game of the season.
Here's Rogers, 3 seconds on the play clock. 2-1, just gets it off, drops back to pass. Now he's holding it and lets it go, and that pass is intercepted. It is intercepted, and Anderson County, with 2 seconds left, is going to keep Powell off the scoreboard.
That's a big play right there. That is a big play.
Rogers hit as he threw, and that is a wonderful interception by Izzy Small. That guy has made some big plays tonight for that Anderson County defense.
Yeah, that was a big-time play right there.
So now, I don't anticipate Anderson. I think Anderson County probably hands off to Nick Moog and goes to the locker room with a tie game, knowing they'll get the ball to start the second half.
They're almost to the 3. If they go under center, they can actually take a knee right there and run it out. They don't usually do those kind of things. But
it looks like that's what they're going to do, though. They're going to line up in that, what they call the victory formation, though that's not what it's going to be used for right now. And actually, they run a little quarterback sneak there.
Kind of lean forward a little bit, and that should take us to the half.
That way, there is no doubt. There is none whatsoever. All right, so this game is every bit as good as we thought it would be. 14-14 gridlock to get us into halftime at Powell. And Anderson County will have the ball when we start this second half of your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Again, we're dropping the We'll take it back to the studio after this quick break for the MetLife Tire Show.
Really? Again? Hey, if I had automotive style suspension like the new Simplicity, plus a free floating mower deck for the best cut, I'd be all that too.
Well,
and if I had the expertise and advice of his Simplicity dealer, maybe he'd look forward to hanging out with me.
You don't have a Simplicity dealership.
Good point. Huh.
Yeah.
Summer's not over yet. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we offer a wide selection of vehicles to help you reel in every last drop of the season. 2023 Ford Escape, panoramic roof, 34,740. 2023 Ford Explorer XLT four-wheel drive, 46,915. A 2023 F-150 Super Cab 4x4, 46,938. Local you trust, summertime fun you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
We are the Anderson County cheerleaders here at ORUD warming up for tonight's big game. Everybody yell, Y-E-L-L, Y-E-L-L. Everybody yell, say Mavericks, Mavericks. Y-E-L-L, Y-E-L-L. Everybody yell, say Mavericks, Mavericks. ORUD has exciting appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. Learn more about how much you can save at ORUD.org.
You can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you make the switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying.
Natural gas is affordable, reliable, and safe. We are proud to offer our customers a product that saves money, provides consistent service, and is a clean energy source.
ORUD is your one-stop shop. We sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing. ORUD is your affordable energy choice, so make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
And welcome back to your OEB Law Game of the Week, and welcome into your Daniel Forrester halftime show as we see the Powell Marching Band out on the field there putting on a great show. But I am Aaron Harvey, joined now by attorney Daniel Forrester himself. How are you tonight, sir?
Great. Thanks for having me here. It's always great to get out and watch the Mavs play.
So you're a big Mavs fan?
Absolutely. My son's graduating from Anderson this year. We live in Andersonville, been a local business attorney in Clinton for about 18 years. My daughter's 6th grade. She'll be attending Anderson County, and so of course we are always big supporters of the Mavericks.
Well, our main sponsor, Tim Elrod, also a big fan of the Mavericks. I'm a big fan of their football team and the way that they play, and really I just like good football, and that's something you get out of Anderson County.
Absolutely. It's excellent to watch a well-coached team, and they're in a dogfight tonight with Powell. It's been a nail-biter so far.
And we expected it to be that way. These two teams, man, over the past 3-4 years, it's been something. And last year Powell's quarterback got hurt early, but boy, even if he hadn't, Anderson County came to play that game.
They sure did, and looks like both teams have came to play tonight. Actually, it's great to watch. I know a lot of the kids on the Anderson County team. Wide receiver Zach Hatney's family very well, and Grayson Bradshaw's, whose mom is also an attorney that I work with on a routine basis, and it's great to get out and watch some of these local kids and watch them display their talents.
Yeah, and Powell and Anderson County got a lot of new kids having to step up to the plate and be the guy, because both of these schools graduated a lot of seniors last year. So it's been a fun football game to watch. But let's talk about you a little bit. Attorney at law, Daniel Forrester. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Correct. As I was stating earlier, I live in Anderson County, of course, and my wife graduated. I practice lots and lots of family law and things that we routinely see in our chancery court in the county, and our chancellor resigned in the middle of her term, and so there's an opening election coming this March, and I feel it's very important to have someone in there that understands our courts and would be fair and impartial, and I basically have lived in this court for the last 18 years, so I'm going to run and hopefully have all the support of the community, and the primary for that is March the 5th.
Okay, now I know what a chancellor does, wink, wink, but there's probably some people that don't. So why don't you tell us what a chancellor does even?
Yeah, that's the question I get asked the most. People come up to me all the time and say, what is a chancellor? It's just a term of designation for the court we have in Anderson County, and it's countywide, and it's sort of the court of equity. They hear all of the estate cases, probates, divorces, adoptions, particularly disputes, as they used to say in England, that come out of equity, sort of a court of fairness. But it's a very important court. It just doesn't get the press, I think, as their criminal court and the others do that seem to be, you always have headlines. It just it's a court without the publicity, but it's a very important court, especially for the communities in general.
All right. So what do you think makes you qualified for that position?
Well, I think without a question, my experience, when I say I've lived in that court for the last 18 years, I've practiced very extensively in this court in particular, but I've traveled around and tried many, many cases all in the region and chancery courts. I've just lots of experience there, and know what's expected of the judges in that court, and know how to run that court. And like I said, it's very important, and you need someone very fair and impartial, and it's very important for the community and someone who understands our community and how our courts here work.
So being an attorney, has that been everything that you hoped it would be?
I would say that, probably that, and probably a fair amount of things sometimes you hoped it's not. It's a very stressful job and career. It's also very rewarding. I do a lot of family law, and we get to do some adoptions and other things where you get to have children that you've helped place in get in a good long-term home that's very good for them. So it's had some very rewarding, and it's been great for the 18 years. I was saying the other day, I've had cases where I've watched children from the time they were in car seats to now they're graduating high school, and I've been a part of their lives and have been involved with them. And when you get to see that and see that these children turned out well, it's rewarding.
Oh yeah, that's very special. Elrod comes up, he talks to us sometimes, and he makes a joke about, how attorneys sometimes, man, they've got a bad reputation. Like people are like, oh, attorneys, and like they're thought to be like ambulance chasers and things like that. But man, I gotta say, I respect anyone who would do that profession, because I can see where that would be extremely stressful, especially when you're dealing with like family law and things like that.
Absolutely, it's high stress. But Tim Elrod is a great example, and just what he's doing, and the reason he's not here tonight, as I'm sure it might have been pointed out, he does a lot of advertisements for a personal injury, but we had Judge Hunt got deployed, our juvenile judge, and Mr. Elrod stepped in and was appointed as our juvenile judge, and really stepped up to the plate when we desperately needed someone. And that's just an example. So even though attorneys generally have the jokes and the reputation, a good portion of them really care about the community and really want to help out, and that's what Mr. Elrod stepped in to do. And a lot of us, it's just like here tonight, we're happy to sponsor the high school football games and things of that nature to really pitch into the community. So even though we have that reputation, generally the majority of attorneys are, I would say, very good people, very hardworking, and very supportive
it's unfair that so many people get painted with such a broad brush, because there's a lot that people don't see. You talk about criminal court, that's what gets the press and things, but you've got all these important things going on in your courtroom. You said you've been a part of for 18 years. You've lived in that courtroom. A lot of very important things that have gone on in there that people, they're not going to hear those stories.
Absolutely, and that's what there's some, pretty big rulings come out that affect individuals' families, all the way up to even policies to do with the county and other things of that nature at times. And a lot of times it just doesn't get the publicity, but it's just like anything else. Things that do get publicity is sometimes you have one attorney that's gotten in trouble or something, and that reputation sort of it's just like anything else, bleeds over to all the other attorneys that are really good, honest people that really are there and trying to help people and do a good job.
All right, put you on the spot real quick. Tell us something quirky about you.
Quirky about me? My wife will, and my kids will tell you, the thing hilarious about me is that I can wiggle my ears.
I can do that too. It amazes people. I have no idea. It's like, my kids want me to tell them how to do it. It's like, I don't know. I just do it.
I think it's almost something you're born with. My daughter can do it as well, but no one else in the family can do it.
Yeah, that's I like that. Talk to the people of Anderson County. Give your best pitch of why they should vote for you in a special election for chancellor.
Excellent. I can do that. People of Anderson, I'm Daniel Forrester. Like I said, I've been established in the community for 18 years. Wife and family all have grown up here. I'm running on the Republican primary March the 5th. Absolutely, by far and away, have an extensive amount of experience in this court, and really feel it's my calling to serve the community at this point in my career. Been practicing for 20 years, and would really look forward to being able to serve the community as chancellor, and would ask for everyone to give me a vote come March the 5th of this year.
And that is Daniel Forrester, sponsoring our kickoffs tonight, but also sponsoring our halftime show tonight as we see Anderson County's band on the field, so we thank you for that. Mr. Forrester, thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. I really appreciate you guys having me. It's been a great night. I'm going to go out here and watch the rest of this game.
And it's going to be a good one.
It's definitely shaping up to be.
I'm not going to throw out a Go Mavs, but I'll give you an opportunity to.
Oh, you got to say it. Go Mavs.
Daniel Forrester, thanks again.
Thank you so much.
And Daniel Forrester running for Chancellor of Anderson County. So we gave you all the information on that, our halftime sponsor. So still got some time up on the clock, and I guess we'll take a break right now, and then maybe we'll come back and give you an update on scores and such as you're tuned in to the Daniel Forrester halftime show on the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check. Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard.
As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
When should you get tested for COVID-19? You have symptoms of COVID-19, such as runny nose, congestion, sore throat, fever, cough, shortness of breath, muscle pain, headache, chills, or loss of taste or smell. Current testing recommendations say everyone should get tested immediately if they have symptoms of COVID-19. If you have symptoms, be sure to follow recommendations about how long to stay home and away from others. For more information, visit our If You Are Sick or Test Positive webpage.
"1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Really? Again? Hey, if I had automotive style suspension like the new Simplicity, plus a free floating mower deck for the best cut, I'd be all that too.
Well...
And if I had the expertise and advice of his Simplicity dealer, maybe he'd look forward to hanging out with me.
You don't have a Simplicity dealership.
Good point. Huh.
Yeah.
Summer's not over yet. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we offer a wide selection of vehicles to help you reel in every last drop of the season. 2023 Ford Escape, panoramic roof, 34,740. 2023 Ford Explorer XLT 4-wheel drive, 46,915. A 2023 F-150 Super Cab 4x4, 46,938. Local you trust, summertime fun you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
We are the Anderson County cheerleaders here at ORUD warming up for tonight's big game. Everybody yell. Y-E-L-L, Y-E-L-L, everybody yell, say Mavericks! Mavericks! Y-E-L-L, Y-E-L-L, everybody yell, say Mavericks! Mavericks! ORUD has exciting appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. Learn more about how much you can save at ORUD.org.
You can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you make the switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying.
Natural gas is affordable, reliable, and safe. We are proud to offer our customers a product that saves money, provides consistent service, and is a clean energy source.
ORUD is your one-stop shop. We sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing. ORUD is your affordable energy choice, so make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. See all the ways natural gas can improve your home by visiting one of the ORUD showrooms in Oak Ridge or Kingston. New gas appliances run more efficiently. They provide hot water when you need it, precise heat control for cooking, and can dry clothes in about half the time. Comfort you can feel. Savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, Daniel Forrester halftime show, as we are, let's say, I don't think we're wrapping up halftime just yet or not. If they added the 3 additional minutes that they always do for the first, 10 weeks of the year,
they're supposed to. So they'll run that to 0 and then put on additional time.
I got some scores of interest for you. At halftime, it was Coalfield leading over Wartburg 20-12. Knox Central up over Fulton 24-8. Farragut up on Dobbins Bennett 14-10. Loudon up on Greenback 14-0. Hardin Valley up on Carnes 14-0 as Carnes Deshaun Bishopless now. They'll have to figure that out. Kingston leading Harriman early in the second quarter 28-0. In the second quarter, it is Oneida over Rockwood 21-0. That is that's a big score. I didn't see that one coming.
I thought that game would be close.
Yeah, I mean, it still could be. There's a long way to play, but man, it's not looking good for Rockwood right now. Let's see any other scores of interest. Oak Ridge in the third quarter up on Jefferson County 17-7. Lenoir City up on South Doyle 12-7. That's a big score for Lenoir City. Cleveland up on Clinton 25-14. So that's a pretty big score too. That's a tough game out the gate for Clinton. But a lot of people think the Dragons are going to be. This is the year for the Dragons. Coach Keith up there, his son, a senior now at quarterback, got a lot of talent.
One of the guys I work with is a Clinton alum, and he kind of gives me the inside scoop on what's going on. And yeah, you're exactly right. They think this is the year to make big progress, to take a step forward.
Yeah, we had that Oak Ridge Clinton game last year, and it was Clinton was so close to getting that upset over Oak Ridge. One of the best games, probably the best game we had all year last year. And you got to get over that hump. It's not easy, but so as we get set to start this second half, Anderson County came up with a big interception to end that first half and keep Powell off the board. And now the Mavericks will get the football. But I think both offenses kind of taking a deep breath and getting calmed down a little bit now.
I think you're right. I think also these coaching staffs, both of them very good coaching staffs, will make some adjustments at halftime. I'm eager to see what those adjustments look like. And here we go.
Here is the Daniel Forrester kickoff, and Stooksbury does not get this one 9 yards deep, but on the return, Small steps into the end zone, and that is an automatic touchback in TSSAA rules. So Anderson County will once again start at the 20-yard line.
And one thing you notice in games like this, these offenses don't huddle. I mean, you know, in the old days we would huddle. We would take all that time and not get near as many snaps. I don't think I've seen a huddle tonight, unless it was on the sidelines during the timeout. So,
yeah, Hammers 1st and 10. Isaiah Hall in the backfield with Nick Moog, hard count. And it ends up with a false start.
Oh, my goodness. Unforced errors.
Yeah. So Anderson County will back up 5 yards, have a Hammers 1st and 15 now. You know, you talk about that, the not huddling. The first team that I saw do that was the, 2006, 2007 Tennessee Vols, led by Eric Ainge, and David Cutcliffe was the offensive coordinator, and they ran up the entire play clock, but they didn't huddle.
They never huddled, exactly. Ooh.
That was a lick.
Big lick right there.
And that was on Nick Moog.
The safety field right there. That's a big lick.
I promise you, that don't happen to Moog very often. Let's watch this Chuck Fleischman replay. See that again. Ooh. Hit him high, hit him high, hit him high, hit him low, hit him low, hit him low. So a pickup of 1 makes it 2nd and 14 for Anderson County. 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Moog in the backfield.
3-man front for Powell right there. They'll bring a linebacker down. No, just rushing through.
Ooh, and that pass is intercepted.
Wow.
And just a miscommunication on the part of Anderson County, because there was nobody home for that one.
Yeah. He wasn't even, the receiver was not even looking. He's running a seam route, and Hall has had him on a stop route or a curl or something right there.
So now Powell basically gets a redo of their possession to end the first half. So now, tied into the right side, handoff goes to Connor Wheeler. Wheeler's still on his feet.
Nice run.
He's going to make it to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity. Nice run. He breaks it to the left right here, behind the left side of this offensive line. See how everything's just kind of crushed down right there.
Yeah, it makes the first guy miss the tackle. 7-yard gain makes it 2nd and 3. Handoff, nope. Fakes the handoff, and the tight end gets the catch.
That's a big tight end right there.
That is a big tight end. And they're going to give him the 13-yard line. That will be enough for a Hammers 1st and 10.
Almost had a hold of that face mask.
Almost. So now Powell quickly up to the line. They've got a tight end to the left. Then this time the handoff is going to go to Wheeler, and he's gobbled up, but not before picking up another couple of yards.
Wasn't a lot there, but it was still a positive play in the red zone.
Let's see the Chuck Fleischman replay here. And it looked like Powell not only had a tight end to the left, but also looked like they pulled their guard. And now here is Deuce Rogers rolling to his right. He's got a man there.
Down to the 2.
And yeah, looks like that is down to the 2. And that's Adam Weaver with the reception.
When he rolls out to the edge right here, you got to rotate that coverage and you leave holes. And that's exactly what happened.
They gave him the 2. It is 1st and goal. Rogers in the backfield in the pistol set. Wheeler right behind him. And now running the option. Rogers holds it, keeps it himself. Did the whistle sound? Did they give it to him?
Rogers is down.
Oh, no.
Rogers is down.
Oh, no.
He took a shot right here.
So they have called this a touchdown. Oh. That was a Sabre Beauchamp touchdown. Can't really say it in a celebratory way, though, because Deuce Rogers is down, and he looks like he is in quite a bit of pain. Reached his arm out to try to make it past the goal line. And now he's going to be helped up, and he's coming off the field, and you want to see that. He's still in pain, but he's coming off the field, and you want to see that.
Absolutely. Look at those offensive linemen with their hands up. They want
Yeah, he took a shot there, and I think every bit of air probably left his body. And, you know, when you get that, when that happens, you think you're dying. And so you hope that's all that was. You hope there's no rib injury or shoulder or anything like that. You hope it's just a good, hard shot, and he'll be back.
So Rogers is normally the holder on these PATs. Instead, it's going to be Jalen Benjamin. So it didn't make a difference. Benjamin does a good job playing a backup holder, and Powell has its first lead of the game. The score with 9:42 left to go in the third quarter, 21-14 Panthers.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacle blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check. Football is back, and OEB Law.
So back to your OEB Law game of the week as we get set for a Daniel Forrester kickoff here. 9:42 left to go in the first half. Anderson County comes out. They get a big interception to end the first half, but then on their first possession, they throw a big interception, and Powell able to capitalize on it and take the lead here, 21-14.
You know, a sign of a good team is to be able to make mistakes, or the other team makes mistakes, and being able to capitalize on those mistakes. Anderson County now is going to have to respond.
So Stooksbury kicks it off. This one well short of the goal line, and it will be returned this time by Izzy Small. Small looks for running room, and he's brought down around the 24-yard line. So I believe that's the best starting field position that Anderson County's had tonight.
That is, yeah. That's first one they've gotten to return, and they were able to go +4 on that.
Mark it just shy of that 25.
Yeah, almost a +5.
So now Isaiah Hall, his last pass was an interception. He'll get to come out, try it again. Two wide receivers to either side, and Nick Moog in the backfield.
Powell staying with a three-man front here on defense.
Handoff goes to Moog. Moog looks for running room, gets some. Good pickup of about 5 yards, gets it up to around the 30.
Yeah, good run.
Good positive play on the Hammers, 1st and 10. So 3 wide outs to left now for the Jefferson County transfer. Takes a snap, lets it fly, and that pass is complete, and finding some running room, still on his feet, finally tripped up for Anderson County. That's Xavier James.
Yeah, James made a nice little move right there to turn that from just a small gain into a larger gain.
Yeah, you'll see in the Chuck Fleischman replay. James is an athlete now.
Yeah, and I think they need to get back.
Senior on this team.
Paul tried to get it to Xavier James last time.
Handoff goes to Moog. Moog picks up about 3 or 4 on that Hammers 1st and 10.
The Anderson County offensive line is doing a nice job tonight, getting the first level blocked. And then when they get to the second level, they're starting to cut some linebackers off. If they continue that, we'll see those 3-4 yard runs become 6-7 yard runs.
And Moog with a handoff again, picks up 1. That'll bring up a 3rd and 3. 8-10 left to go in the third quarter. Anderson County back to the line, and quickly they snap the football. Hall keeps it. He's going to have just enough for the first down. So good keeper that time by Isaiah Hall.
Yeah, it was, and I tell you, he can do both. He can run the ball.
And that was a good block out there by Eli Nelson, the big offensive lineman on Steven Souls, to allow Hall to get up there just inside the tackle. Handoff goes to Moog. Moog looks for running room around the left. What a stiff arm. Gets across midfield, down to the 41-yard line of Powell. Picks up about 9, close to 10.
Little Derrick Henry action right here. Boom. Get off me.
Woo. He does pick up 9, breaks up 2nd and 1, 7:33.
Oh, got one down.
Uh-oh.
Got one down.
Yeah. Got a Powell Panther down on the sidelines. Coach Lowe comes over to see what's going on with the young man.
Can't really see a number yet.
All right, we'll take a break. This is the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
The injured player back on his feet for Powell, and that was defensive back Carmarian Finner, sophomore on this team.
Yeah, and he's a guy you can rely on. In the high school
So now 7:33 left to go. In the third quarter, Anderson County with the ball in Powell territory.
And you can clearly see there's no concern about his injury from last year.
You notice how quick that clock's moving because both these teams are running the ball.
Yeah. What we got?
What we got?
Oh. Lined up off sides.
Ooh.
And that'll bring up the automatic Hammers first down.
Another pre-snap penalty.
Ball will now be spotted at the 37-yard line. Hey, you don't want to give Anderson County free yardage. So here is Isaiah Hall lined up in the pistol set. 2 wideouts to his right, 1 to his left. Fakes the handoff, bootlegs over, and that pass is somehow brought in.
Wow.
What a play by Xavier James.
Wow. That's about as good as it gets right there, guys.
Golly. Goodness.
Wow, look at that.
Perfect pass, perfect catch. Brings up the Hammers first and 10. It's now Hall with Moog to his left. Hands off to Moog. Moog looking for running room, tripped up. Jumps forward for probably about 2 yards. Brings up 2nd and long.
Now Powell's got this 3-man front, obviously, but the linebackers are flowing up to the run play right there. And that makes the sledding a little tougher.
They're still going to feed him, no doubt about it.
2nd and 8. Hall. And just got a stoppage play again. And this is going to be a false start on Anderson County.
Procedure on Anderson County.
That'll make it 2nd and 13.
I'm not surprised seeing all these yellow flags. When it's week 1, you would think the refs had holes in their pockets
Clock continues to run. Powell leads this one 21-14. Just over 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. And here is a handoff, goes to Moog, and Moog is dropped in the backfield. Maybe gets to the line of scrimmage, but great tackle that time.
Yeah, that was, it looked like it was going to be a pretty big play.
And you saw Steven Stoles was the one that came up to knock Moog backwards. 3rd and 13, big play. Hall rolls to his left, lets it go upfield, and that pass is incomplete over the head of his intended target that time. Looked like he was trying to get Trent Strickland. And that'll bring up 4th down. So we'll see. Coach Gillum needs to make a decision here.
I like the idea Coach Gillum has moving that pocket, because these two defensive ends for Powell, when they can tee off and come after you, it's an issue.
Anderson County looks like they're going to go for it. We'll see if they just initiate the hard count. 10 seconds on the play clock. 7 seconds. Nope, there's the snap. Hall, 3-step drop, lets it fly, and that pass is. He's caught. Wow. It's caught.
First down.
He got a foot down. Powell's saying he didn't. The official's saying he did, and that's what matters. He did.
He did.
Wow.
Right there, man.
Unbelievable.
That's precision.
Xavier James.
That is precision.
That is incredible.
At the 15. That is amazing.
So now Anderson County back up the line. Hammers 1st and 10. Here is Hall. Rolls to his left, looks, and lets this one go, and that pass is incomplete. This time he was trying to get Dalen Cole. And it was, I mean, that ball was placed well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This kid's an athlete.
And that's a tough throw. Throwing across your body and across the field. He had a good idea.
Now he can slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
They're keeping this drive alive.
5:17 left to go in the third quarter.
But I tell you, this defense isn't giving in at all. They're making them earn every yard they're getting.
Okay, looks like Powell's jumped back into a 4-man front right here.
Hall takes a snap, handoff goes to Moog. Moog working from right to left. He's going to be skidded down at about the 10-yard line. And that's a pickup of, well, they're giving him 4. We'll bring up 3rd and 6.
You know, I've heard coaches say you can call holding on any play. I saw holding on that play.
And I'll tell you what.
Right there, yeah.
Right there.
Sure enough. Sure was.
If you don't see the flag and they didn't call it, it didn't happen. So.
That's right.
You know what? They believe in themselves and they're moving. So big down right here, another 3rd down.
4:35 left to go in the third quarter. 5 seconds on the play clock. Hall in the backfield. Snap. Rolls back under a lot of pressure. Steps into the pocket and throws it away. Smart play that time.
Yeah.
By Hall.
Yeah, that pass rush got off on the snap right here.
He did a great job avoiding a sack right here.
Another 4th down.
And it looks like, again, Anderson County's going to go for it here. They're getting the play call from the sideline. 14 seconds, 13, 12, 11, 10 on the play clock. 5 seconds on the play clock. 3, 2, 1. There's a snap. Gets it off just in time.
Pressure.
Hall throws an out, and that pass is incomplete. And that makes a turnover on downs. Powell gets the stop at the Panther 11-yard line. Let's see this Chuck Fleischman replay here.
Yeah, the pressure really forced the early throw right there. He threw it before he was ready to throw.
Receiver didn't even see it. That was Cole.
You know, the defense there, bend but don't break, and that's exactly what they did right there. They preserved the lead and now turn the ball back over to the offense.
And we'll get to see Deuce Rogers out on the field for the first time since he was slow to get up, sustained a little bit of an injury. And the ball is snapped low, and it's picked up by Wheeler. Wheeler barely gets out of the end zone and saves 2 points and the possession for Powell.
The snap was low, and I'm not sure Rogers was ready for it when it did snap.
He was not ready for it. You see on the Chuck Fleischman replay, and great job by Wheeler
to get out of that end zone.
So a loss of, a loss of 10 will bring up 2nd and 20. Powell backed up all the way to the Panther 1-yard line. And Powell operates out of a shotgun. So
right.
You want to make sure that you get a clean snap right here. Rogers barking out orders, getting people set.
Timeout.
And there will be a timeout for the Powell Panthers. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Quality appliances from brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard. As your local agent, I know you. I know every Saturday your son Billy plays Little League. We sponsor his team. And we know you love parking way too close to the field. That's why we tailor a unique policy for you and your car. Because sometimes something from out of left field can literally come from out of left field. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
And back to the OEB Law Game of the week. 3:38 left to go in this third quarter.
Powell had a little confusion, and being in your own end zone, shadow of your own goalpost, it's not a good place to be confused. And so Coach Lowe got a timeout there. Good strategic timeout.
But Connor Wheeler, the junior, with a heady play, picks that ball up and gets it out of the end zone to avoid the safety.
Yeah, that's a heads-up play.
So now Powell's offense comes back out onto the field. Rogers will take the shotgun snap from his own end zone. So for Rogers, he's got 2 stacked wide receivers to his right and 3 wide to his left. Empty backfield.
Empty.
See what Anderson County does with that. Rogers, he's going to do a quarterback draw with good yardage now. Still on his feet up to the 20, 21, 22 before his forward momentum is stopped.
I thought that whistle should have blown a little earlier.
Great play by Rogers. So empty backfield, and they go with a quarterback draw. And
yeah, nice call.
And it looked like it was Nick Moog from his linebacker spot. Maybe had a chance to get him, but just didn't get there in time.
Couldn't get there.
So Rogers now hands off to Wheeler. Wheeler looking for running room up the middle, and he's got some, and he's popped down. And they're going to call a targeting.
I think it's a targeting.
And that's going to be on Izzy Small.
Watch the replay.
Israel Small came in there and I think capped him off a little bit at the end of that play.
Oh, yeah.
That's helmet to helmet for sure.
Well, that's a 15-yard penalty.
That is a big penalty.
That moves the football all the way up to the 46-yard line. 2 plays ago, Powell, the center, was on the heels of his own goal line.
Yeah, exactly. Again, those unforced errors.
So now 3 wide outs to the short side of the field for Deuce Rogers. Rogers hands off to Wheeler. Wheeler with some running room over the left.
He's loose.
There is a flag on the play, but Wheeler still on his feet to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. He will make it to the end zone for a Sabra Beauchamp touchdown if it stands.
If it stands.
It is a hold on Powell. It's coming back.
Wow, it's coming back.
That will negate a 54-yard run by Wheeler.
Yeah.
And I totally saw the offensive line, just all of the defensive line of Anderson County on that play, but I guess they're calling
Yeah, this offensive line for Powell is trying to take this thing over.
watching a couple of the players and didn't quite see it myself, but
Let's see if we can see it on this replay.
Right there is the tackle.
There it was.
Yeah, he had him.
Number 67.
That's tough.
Ooh. So, goodness. A big swing of emotions here.
Oh, yeah. You know, the first part of this quarter flew by, and the last 3 minutes of this quarter have slowed down.
It has. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line. Rogers is going to keep it. Deuce Rogers gets up to the 43-yard line.
Ooh. Getting a little chippy out there.
Couldn't see it in that Chuck Fleischman replay, but yeah, they're competitive. They're going after it.
They're going after each other, and that's a good thing, right?
It is.
I mean, as long as it's clean, as long as it's between the whistle and the snap.
And here is a handoff and lots of running room over the left side, still on his feet, up to the 30. He's got one man to beat, and he does, and he trips.
Wow.
Oh, man, for Powell, that was Marcus Jackson. And Jackson, the turf monster, got him.
I thought he was in.
What a great run there by Marcus Jackson, another senior on this team.
Nice block by the tight end right there. Good cutoff angle. And he just stumbled. Wow.
Tackled by the 18-yard line, and there is an injured player for Anderson County. Anderson County looks like big 75. That would be Grayson Bradshaw. A senior offensive lineman and defensive lineman on this team.
Looks like they're working on his left knee.
We'll take a break.
Daniel Forrester has been trusted by Anderson County families for nearly 2 decades. Daniel has appeared in Anderson County Chancery, Circuit, Sessions, and Juvenile Court thousands of times over the past decade. A Rule 31 mediator, Daniel has been trusted to mediate hundreds of cases across Anderson County. A community leader, Daniel has worked closely with local officials to make Anderson County a better place. A conservative and dedicated husband and father, Daniel's faith has shaped his character and integrity. On March 5th, vote Daniel Forrester for Anderson County Chancellor.
When should you get tested for COVID-19? You have symptoms of COVID-19, such as runny nose, congestion, sore throat, fever, cough, shortness of breath, muscle pain, headache, chills, or loss of taste or smell. Current testing recommendations say everyone should get tested immediately if they have symptoms of COVID-19. If you have symptoms, be sure to follow recommendations about how long to stay home and away from others. For more information, visit our If You Are Sick or Test Positive webpage.
"1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
And back at the OEB Law Game of the Week, Mr. Bradshaw gets up, able to get off the field. But here is Powell with the Hammers 1st and 10 in the red zone. All the way up to the 13-yard line. Rogers with Wheeler behind him. Little H-back lined up to the right side of the line. Handoff goes to Wheeler up the middle.
Nice.
Wheeler gets it up to about the 7-yard line. Good pickup on first down. Picks up 5-6.
When I talked to Coach Lowe this week, he was very complimentary of that offensive line. And so they're starting to try to take this thing over. They've had starts for 2 years, and this is the 3rd year.
Handoff Wheeler again. He's going to look for room off the left side, and he reached out for the end zone. They're going to mark him out.
At the 4? 3?
They're going to mark him out at the 3, which was just shy of what he needed for the first down. So 3rd down and half a yard, if that.
I think we're probably going to go to the left again.
Lining up behind big number 75 there, Blake Neely. Neely, 6'1", 260 pounds.
Got the H-back over there, too.
Wheeler gets the handoff. He's got his eyes on the end zone, and he is in there for the Sabra Beauchamp touchdown, Powell. 1:05 left to go in this 3rd quarter. The Panthers go up 2 scores.
Yeah, it looks like Vince, they're really taking advantage.
See the Chuck Fleischman replay here.
We've seen a couple of good throws by Rogers, and Benjamin's completed all of his
Yeah, he knew where the big uglies were, and he got right in there behind him.
Dylan Stooksbury on to attempt the extra point. Rogers to hold. Snap, set, kick is up. It's good. So now, with a 1:05 left to go in this 3rd quarter, it is Powell 28, Anderson County 14 on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Welcome back to the OEB Law Game of the Week. Powell punches it in to take the 28-14 lead. 13 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in this football game.
Anderson County needs to answer on this drive. It doesn't need to be a quick score, but they need points. If they turn the ball back over to Powell without scoring, this thing could get out of hand.
Here's the Daniel Forrester kickoff from Dylan Stooksbury. This one is a high spinner and again goes deep into the end zone. And that will be a touchback. And Anderson County will take over at the Maverick 20-yard line.
Check, 1, 2, 3, check.
Now,
1st and 10 from the 20.
Anderson County's 2 scoring drives that they've had both started on the 20-yard line.
Right.
Check.
28-14, Powell leading Anderson.
So Isaiah Hall
Back on the field, minute 3 left to go.
brings his team back out there. 2 wideouts to either side. Nick Moog in the backfield. Ooh, and that pass was almost complete.
That was almost headed the other way for 6 points.
If this were, ooh.
And yeah, Vince, that's the second time that's happened between Hall and James.
I think the miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback there is indicative of the first game of the season. By week 3, those things are ironed out.
So here is Hall. Hall throws up the field and it's complete. And then it's not. They're going to call that. That's a complete and a fumble.
Yeah, the official,
and they're going to give it to Powell.
The official got the bag down. He's calling the fumble.
That pass was complete to Dalen Cole.
And he's down with a cramp as well.
That is a huge turnover. So the last 3 possessions for Anderson County, you had an interception, you had a turnover on downs, and now you've got a fumble recovery by Powell.
Yeah, and it was strictly man-to-man.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
He brought it in. Did he bring it to the tuck? You know, the question is.
This is okay. So this play right here is one that the NFL will, like, they still don't know the rule on this.
Right.
Like, I mean, the officials, it's up to their judgment call. How does it happen? I don't know.
And they'll take 12 minutes to decide whatever it is that they decide.
They will. And now you're not going to challenge this. Nothing. It's Powell's football. This is high school football. That's close.
Yeah.
That's right on the edge. You can't fault an official for calling that either way.
Exactly. 1, 2 steps, and then the ball's out. Yeah, he's got to look that into the tuck a little better.
Yeah, because he's holding it with both hands right around his belly button.
Yeah.
When that ball comes out, so he doesn't have it tucked in. So regardless, Powell takes over. Empty backfield now for Deuce Rogers. Rogers gets out. Here's the double pass. Stooksbury gets it up, and it is incomplete.
Wow.
Trying to get Adam Weaver there, but Stooksbury, again, the backup quarterback, played quarterback for most of the year last year when Jordan Potts sustained his injury. So you said earlier in the game, that's a lateral. Look for a double pass later. There it was.
There it was, yeah. And they almost executed it to perfection.
They almost executed it to perfection.
Yeah, that's a good play when it works 86% of the time. So,
2nd and 10. Rogers hands off to Wheeler, and Wheeler picks up a good chunk of yards, 5 or 6. Will bring up 3rd and manageable. 35 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter.
With that double pass, what Powell is telling us right there is they're trying to finish this thing right now.
Yeah.
And, I think 3 scores is probably too much to come back from the way their defense is playing. So, yeah, I respect the call. I think it's a great call.
Rogers with Wheeler in the backfield. Sends an H-back from left to right. Handoff goes to Wheeler. Wheeler patiently looks for running room, finds some up the left side, and he goes out of bounds.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we got another hole.
And
in fact, the official hit the guy with the flag. It was kind of funny.
Doink.
Let's see if we can see it. One of these wideouts out here. There it is. Is that it? Yeah.
Doink.
Doink.
Now, where that flag was thrown, I'm not sure he won't still have the first down.
I think they're going to mark off the penalty.
So he's not going to have the first down. It's going to be at the original line of scrimmage.
And then we're going to untime down because of the penalty. Quarter can't end on a penalty. Is that what's going on here?
That's what's going on here. That would be correct. Dr. Dan's diagnosis. So here is Rogers, takes the snap, handoff. Nope, he keeps it. But that's good defense by Anderson County if they can get Rogers down.
Wow.
You give a lot of credit right there to Deuce Rogers.
Deuce Rogers is a hard runner right there. Tough kid. He got hit pretty good a couple series ago. Comes right back in, getting more contact.
We'll watch this Chuck Fleischman replay, and then we will send you to break and get set for the fourth quarter of our OEB Law Game of the Week. Now look at all the extra yardage you got.
On-Site Care in Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. And now On-Site Care welcomes Darren Wright, a board-certified family nurse practitioner who will be accepting new patients. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
And we begin the fourth quarter of our inaugural, for the season, game here for the OEB Law Game of the Week. Powell has a 4th and 2. They send Rogers back out there with Wheeler. Only 12 minutes. If Powell can retain this lead, they will end a 15-game winning streak that Anderson County brought into this game. So 3 wide receivers bunched out wide. And option play goes to Wheeler. Wheeler hesitates, does a stutter step, and he's brought down at the 33.
I think he's short.
He's going to be short. And Anderson County will take over on downs. And Anderson County did a great job snuffing that one out.
Yeah, a little speed option right there, but nobody was fooled with it. If Rogers maybe had brought the ball out just a little closer to the end to make people converge before the pitch, it might have been a little bit better. But no, Anderson County was not fooled. They were expecting that play.
Coach Mallow on the field.
I think he's wanting a measurement. That or he doesn't like the spot. But we can't measure because we've already moved the chains.
Yeah. He had to make 31.
Yeah, it was a couple yards.
Yeah. So here's Anderson County, split backs in the backfield now. And now Moog is going to get sent out. And Powell jumps.
Yep. Pre-snap penalties.
So instead of a Hammers 1st and 10, it's going to be a Hammers 1st and 5. That moves it up to the 38-yard line. Just 11 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in this one. Anderson County down a couple scores.
Pre-snap, they're thinking, hey, let's find number 6, let's find number 8. And then let's settle down and figure it out. So you can see they're rushing so they can line up quick so that they don't get set up. And then they take their time and diagnose where they are rushing.
And now there's another penalty, and this is going against Anderson County.
Yeah, this is going back.
So now, instead of a Hammers 1st and 5, you'll have a Hammers 1st and 10. Now, I'll say this. They ran a second off the clock. And they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Instead of 11:46, we've got 11:45.
Now, I do know the biggest improvement you'll see on these teams is from week 1 to week 2. Plenty of things to work on both sides of the field here, Powell and Anderson County.
Oh, yeah. I can't imagine how important this film is for week 1.
Yeah.
So Nick Moog gets the carry. He picks up, they're going to give him about 3, brings up 2nd and 7.
It's like a little triple option here with the dive quarterback pitch.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it was. Maybe doing that again, and Moog falls forward to maybe pick up a yard. So 3rd and a long 5. Clock running, just under 11 minutes left to go in this one. Now Powell line up. Again. And handoff is going nowhere.
Wow.
That time they tried to hand it off to Waylon LaRue. And LaRue gets nothing. That's going to bring up 4th and 6. So now, if you're Anderson County, you can punt the ball back to Powell. And then you got to get a stop. You can go for it here, but then you give Powell the short field.
Right.
So, I don't know. What is Coach Gillum thinking? Do you think, hey, we need to score right here anyway, or it doesn't matter?
I think he thinks he's got a score right here.
So, I mean, we can watch for a hard count again as the play clock runs down to 5, 4, 3. Nope. Hall takes a snap, looks upfield. Now he's going to run it himself, and he's dropped. A loss of 4 on the play,
wow.
And Powell will take over on downs.
Yeah, initially he had a look, but he didn't like what he saw. You know, we've had an interception, earlier this half. And so he decided to take off and got nailed.
Ooh. And for Powell, that was Charvin Thomas, a junior defensive lineman on this team, standing in 6'1", 185 pounds.
Yeah, not a big kid, but that was a big hit.
Now Deuce Rogers back out onto the field, takes the snap, handoff goes to Wheeler. Wheeler is brought down after a pickup of a couple inches.
Again, running to that left side, had the tight end over on that side as well.
Maybe he didn't pick up much, if any. See on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
It looked like Anderson County was pinching the tackles on that to close B gap, so he just bounced it a little wider. Wasn't bad, but then the end and the linebacker were there to clean it up. Trips into the boundary.
Rogers fakes the handoff, and now that pass does go off into the boundary, and that pass is complete that time to Dylan Stooksbury. And Stooksbury picks up about 7, and that'll bring up 3rd and a long 3. And Powell in no hurry whatsoever.
No, they're going to let the clock run.
Now 8:50 left to go in this ball game. And Coach Matt Lowe is saying, hey, stop.
5 more. First down.
And that is an automatic Hammers first down because Anderson County jumped. There's a lot of pressure on them. They know they've got to get a stop right here, but as Coach Hoop Gibson would say, never jump off sides if you're the defensive line. Never.
Yeah, they were listening, not watching right there. And those quarterbacks are slick, right? They'll make it sound like the snap's coming.
Yeah. Clock running. 8:30 left to go in this one. Rogers sends his tight end in motion. He'll stop left side line. Handoff goes to Wheeler. Wheeler's got some running room, and he runs out of bounds with 8:14 left to go in this game. Wheeler picked up about 4 or 5, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, they got outflanked there just a little bit at the point of attack. Got outnumbered.
Yeah, they've got to be smart here. You know you're in.
Now that did stop the clock though, with 8:14.
So you've got 2nd down and about 6. So you can be smart with the ball here.
So here's Rogers with 6 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap. Handoff goes to Wheeler. Wheeler up the middle. He's going to have enough for the first down. He's still on his feet. Gets inside the 10. He's still on his feet.
Wow.
All the way to the 3-yard line. What a run. Able to stay on his feet.
And if you watch the offensive line, they're just getting a hat on a hat right here and just pushing. They're just pushing. Boom, boom, boom.
Wow, what a spin move right there.
And then this last part, he gets on his own, and then the cavalry's going to come in.
Amazing. Stays on his feet. Now the handoff goes to the backup running back, and he's going to be stopped at the goal line for Powell. That is Marcus Jackson.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to run it again. The coach is saying run it, so it looks like they're going to run it.
And Powell hurries up to the line. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to Jackson. Jackson's wrapped up.
Ooh. Tackle for loss.
And for Anderson County, Eli Nelson gets into the backfield. Nelson, talented offensive and defensive lineman, just unblocked.
Of course, he had a defensive lineman right in his face, so he's trying to cut back, and nothing there.
So now, 7 minutes left to go in this game, and Powell, facing a 3rd and goal from the 4, is going to take its time a little bit. Still 10 seconds left on the play clock. And now Rogers gets in trouble, works to his right, now goes back to his left, and that pass is incomplete. Trying to find Stooksbury, almost had him.
I thought he could have got in the end zone on his own around that edge.
We'll see it here on the Chuck Flashman replay.
See if he can get in there.
Play clearly meant to go to the right.
This is scramble drill. Stooksbury's working.
That was close, and we've got a stoppage on the field. I guess Anderson County called a timeout. I'm not sure. Coach Lowe doesn't know either.
Deuce Rogers really shows us his athletic ability right there. Although it was incomplete, that was a heck of a play to get out of the sack and try to make something happen.
Well, I guess we've got a timeout on the field, which is brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Thank you for your support over 55 years. So 6:35. Oh, so that's what's happened. A fan has been removed.
Ooh.
And because of TSSAA rules, that fan is, the school is facing a $250 fine. That fan is facing no, that was in Roane County. Roane County initiated their own. So, yeah.
Now, the way we're handling that in Morgan County is the school will pay that fine, but the fan will not be allowed to attend anything until he reimburses the school. Because the expectation is that fan who calls that will be responsible for the financial impact of that.
So it's 4th and 4. I'm a little surprised they're not kicking a field goal here, but I guess Coach Lowe knows more than I do, because Connor Wheeler goes from 4 yards out into the end zone for the Sabre of Beauchamp. Touchdown, Powell.
Just straight ahead, coming off his left side over here.
Anderson County did a great job getting him stopped at that point, but then
yeah, those guys got it going on over there.
So Powell up 34-14 with 6:35 left to go. And Stooksbury in to attempt the extra point. Rogers will hold. Snap, set, kick is up.
I saw a flag.
It's good. There is a flag, though. You are correct. It's a false start on Powell, so we will try this again. I don't think that going 5 yards farther back is going to get this out of Stooksbury's range.
Stooks got enough leg for that one, I think.
And
okay, I'm not sure. This white hat's leaving me confused here. He's not telling us much.
He's telling Coach Lowe. Coach Lowe wants answers.
We're going to try it again.
So Rogers will hold. And this will be a 25-yard PAT attempt, and it is good. So nothing really changes there. Powell gets into the end zone, goes up 3 scores now with 6:35 left to go in this game. Looking like they might be able to take this one home. We'll see how Anderson County responds when we get back.
Really? Again? Hey, if I had automotive style suspension like the new Simplicity, plus a free floating mower deck for the best cut, I'd be all that too.
Well,
and if I had the expertise and advice of his Simplicity dealer, maybe he'd look forward to hanging out with me.
You don't have a Simplicity dealership.
Good point. Huh.
Yeah.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Powell at home leading against the Anderson County Mavericks. The defending 4A state champion Anderson County Mavericks. 35-14 with 6:35 left to go in the game as we get set for another Attorney Daniel Forrester kickoff here. And Powell's got a new kicker in there. This is going to be Jeremiah Belnares, a senior on this team. It's a high spinner, and it will be taken at the 15-yard line by Small. And Izzy Small brought down at the 31-yard line, and that is where Anderson County will take over with a Hammers 1st and 10.
He got a lot of nice height on that kick, but Smalls was able to catch that on a dead run. I thought if he got a seam, it would be some trouble. They got him corralled up though.
Ended up kind of running into his own blocker there a little bit.
Yeah. Powell looks to be in a, looks like they're going to bring a little pressure. No, 3-man rush.
And that pass goes out of bounds. Maybe another miscommunication, or maybe Isaiah Hall saw Steven Souls coming and said, nope.
Yeah, here's the deal. It's Anderson County. They've got some things to figure out, but some things clicked today.
Wow. The body lean that he brings right there, and he delivers that shot and gets the lean, and nice pass rush technique.
I would not want to block that guy. So a pass up the seam is complete to Xavier James. Clock running. That'll bring up a 3rd and about 2. 6:05 left to go. So here is Anderson County again. Hall the Jefferson County transfer in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to either side.
Edge pressure.
Backs to pass under a lot of pressure, and he is sacked. A loss of 4 on the play. And then that play.
Lots of flags coming in right now.
Charvin Thomas gets the sack, but some extracurricular activities. And Coach Gillum comes, tells his players to back up.
Ooh, we're writing down numbers.
Yep.
Yeah.
5:39 on the clock. Let's see what the officials do when they sort this one out. Flags all over the place.
Dead
ball. Personal foul on Powell. Dead ball. Personal foul. Offsetting penalties.
Wow. Yeah, that's a do-over.
So the play will stand, and it will be 4th and 6 for Anderson County.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, now there's clearly folks who are engaging in that activity right there. The officials, because they don't want to penalize either of these teams, have gotten the bailout of unsportsmanlike on both sides. And I don't disagree with that.
Those flags started dropping like somebody's, spraying a yellow jacket nest.
Yeah.
They just fall out of there. That's what it looked like from our vantage point. So now Anderson County obviously going to go for it, down 3 scores. 4th and 6. Isaiah Hall takes the snap, 3-step drop. Powell's coming, and that pass is complete.
Throwing a catch.
And that's at the 45-yard line of the Mavericks. Good catch that time by Cole.
Yeah, you'd expect Anderson County to get a little tempo right here.
A comeback is unlikely, not out of the realm of possibility, of course, though. So here is Hall rolling to his right, looks upfield, and throws it over his receiver, and we get some more extracurricular
More
activities.
extracurricular going on right there. I still don't see a flag.
I don't see a flag either. And Coach Lowe wants to talk to Mr. Whitehat again. Did somebody call a timeout?
Yeah, he called the timeout so he could have the conference with the White Hat, because he's seeing some things that are going on that he wants to question the White Hat. Why aren't you getting this game under control?
Well, Charvin Thomas was the young man who came off the field with his helmet off. Yeah, that is John Ward out there.
Yeah, I think Coach Lowe's giving as good as he's getting right there. I've been in those conversations. You don't win them, but hopefully you get your point across for the next time.
Yeah, we got a really nice picture of you that Mr. Brad Jones got somebody to draw a cartoon of you for. And one of the pictures that I was able to find on your Facebook was you speaking to an official.
Yes, sir. Yes. Brian Langley took that picture many years ago.
That's the one we ended up with. I like that one.
That's a good one.
It turned out great. So 2nd and 10, 5:08 left to go in this game. Anderson County down 3 scores. Last 2 plays been a little bit chippy.
I would dare say something else happens. We'll see some folks leave the ball game. Looked like a snap infraction right there.
I believe that's what it was. Procedure penalty. That'll cost AC 5 yards. Back them up to the Maverick 40-yard line and bring up a 2nd and 15.
Yeah, the umpire threw it right at the center.
This is when, as a coach, you got to talk to your guys about having that mental capacity, mental strength to get through the fourth quarter when the game is the most important.
Hall takes a snap, drops back,
Throwback
sets up the screen. And then here is Moog with a lot of running room up the left sideline. Moog with a full head of steam. Gets into Powell territory all the way down to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Moog got out there in space.
So that is a pickup of 25.
75 Bradshaw, one ball, pulling.
And Anderson County has the Hammers 1st and 10. 4:52 on the clock now. Hall takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking and dumps it off.
Nice throw and catch.
It was.
Throw in traffic right there.
And that went to James. And that moves the sticks again. Hammers 1st and 10. Ball at the 25-yard line.
Clock stops on the first down, but it don't stop long.
Here's James again. Oh, Hall had Cole, just overthrew his target. And I don't know, you probably will be able to see on a Chuck Fleischman replay, but at the last second, Powell comes up to press coverage, and Cole beats that coverage.
He sure does, yeah.
And we got a final score at a Coalfield. It is the Yellow Jackets getting the win 48-12.
Screen again.
And here is Moog still on his feet with a spin move at the end, falls forward, gets to the 14-yard line, and that is another Hammers 1st and 10. And Oak Ridge gets the win over Isaiah Hall's former team. Jefferson County final score 30-14. Under 4 left to play in this game now. Here is Hall. Looking for the end zone, and that pass is complete.
Oh, got a flag.
And there's a flag, so we'll check on this before we say something for certain.
Now, the flag came in late. I'm not sure what he was looking at.
Yeah, and great focus by Danlin Cole to finish. I think he got held on that play. They threw a flag out there. Probably holding on Powell.
Touchdown's good.
So it was a pass interference, and it will be enforced on the kickoff. So that is a Sabre Beauchamp touchdown for Anderson County. So he's hanging all over him, and Dalen Cole still able to make that catch.
Now Powell's going to have to get the hands team ready, because I'm sure AC will try the onside kick.
Josh Valero on to attempt the extra point. It is good. So 3:49 left to go in this ball game.
Another flag.
And there's another flag. So we will wait around and see what this flag is for. They're going to wave it off.
Talked him out of it.
Yeah, and not only how much.
Summer's not over yet. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we offer a wide selection of vehicles to help you reel in every last drop of the season. 2023 Ford Escape, panoramic roof, 34,740. 2023 Ford Explorer XLT four-wheel drive, 46,915. A 2023 F-150 Super Cab 4x4, 46,938. Local you trust, summertime fun you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
And welcome back to the OEB Law Game of the Week. You've got a pass interference penalty that has been added to this kickoff. So now Anderson County most likely, you know, they're going to attempt an onside kick here. And if they were able to recover it, they'll have great field position.
Yeah, it'll get interesting.
Yeah, and I don't know if they were able to move that pass interference call to kick.
I said that the final score would be 76-75. You know what? I'm still sticking with it.
Either way it goes, there's some good field.
It's going to go into 20 overtimes. You wait and see. It's going to happen. So now for Anderson County, this is Tyler Radcliffe. Radcliffe attempts the
They got it. They got it. AC's got the ball.
That was a perfectly executed onside kick, and Cole was able to recover that. Tyler Radcliffe got a hold of that ball perfectly.
Yeah, he got the bounce was perfect. It got the elevation you want, and then he went up and got it.
Maybe we'll be able to see that again in just a second. Here we go. So Radcliffe.
That was a perfect execution by the Anderson.
This was really nice.
Woo.
And boom, up.
Oh, man, that perfect. And now here is 1st and 10.
Jailbreak screen right here.
Yeah, wide receiver screen set up, and that is complete. And that goes to Evan Pyatt, a sophomore on this Anderson County team. Picks up less than a yard, though. Clock's running, 3:33 left to play. So Hall has 3 wide receivers to his left. And then now a draw play. He goes to Moog, and Moog gets it up to the 22-yard line. That should be enough for a Hammers 1st and 10. And it is.
Yep,
Six
they're moving
will move.
the chains. Moving the chains.
Clock is still running. 3 minutes on it. Hall, empty backfield now. Takes it and throws it behind his receiver. Trying to get James there, and boy, that could have been disastrous.
Yeah.
But what that does is stops the clock with 2:52 left to go. So now Anderson County can regroup.
Especially when you do routes on air, 7-on-7, it's different waiting on the snap versus having that ball in your hand and just mistiming things. So that timing will work out, but they need it today.
So here is Hall. Moog in the backfield, 3 wideouts to his left. Moog takes the snap. Looks to his left, now rolls to his right, and throws it up the field.
Oh, wow. No flag right there.
There's no flag. I don't know if that official thought maybe that was uncatchable, but there was a lot of holding there.
Yeah. There was a lot of contact right there.
We'll see it here.
Yeah, and if you're Powell, you know Hall's going to look at either James.
Yeah, see, he mugged him right there.
Maybe they thought it was uncatchable.
That's not really a rule in high school, though. That's a hold.
Yeah. Yeah, I see why Dalen Cole was upset there.
Yeah.
3rd and 10. Hall, empty backfield, rolls to his left now. Sets up, throws it over his intended target. That time he was going for Evan Pyatt again. That'll bring up 4th and 10.
2:40 left.
And we've seen this a little bit out of Hall. He's sold some of these passes.
Yeah, you got to have an 11-yard play called right here.
So 14 seconds on the play clock. Actually, the play clock stopped at 14.
Oh, they had equipment. Reset it to 25.
Oh, okay. Well, the clock was stopped anyway with 2:40 left to go. So here is Hall. Moog in the backfield with him.
What we got?
Oh.
Procedure. False start.
So that makes it a 4th and 15, and things just got a lot more challenging for Anderson County. That 11-yard play they've got drawn up is not going to work anymore.
No, we need to go back in the playbook.
Yeah, it's time to lock in. It's time to lock in right now. Eli Nelson being the front and center of that offensive line. He wants these guys to lock in. You can't make a mistake like that.
So here is Anderson County. Already got the play call drawn up, I guess. Hall. And he's got Souls chasing him. Hall gets rid of it up in the air, and that pass is incomplete. But there's a flag.
Wow.
And that's going to say that his intended target was Nick Moog.
Let's see what this looks like on the replay.
No, I'm sorry. That wasn't Nick Moog. That was Trent Strickland.
Yeah, it looked like the DB didn't really get his head around to see where the ball was and more or less played the player. You see how quick Souls got off the ball.
Smalls is so quick right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's an interference.
He got into him. I thought it was a little worse on the other side.
Yeah, I did too.
2 plays ago. Ooh. That's a 4th down, guys. It gets you a new set of downs.
It did, yeah. I think the ball hung in the air a little longer than Jackson thought it would. He did a great job when you're defensive back and your back is turned to the ball, you play the hands of the receiver.
It was 4th and 15.
You got there about half a second.
Is that an automatic first down?
Maybe a quarter of a second too early, forcing that pass interference on that play. So it's fresh down.
No, this is going to be short. Because I guess half the distance to the goal, and it is just shy of the first down marker. Anderson County needs 1 yard.
But they'll replay 4th down.
Yeah, they'll replay 4th down. 4th and 1. It's half the distance to the goal.
4th and 1.
And it looks like just a quarterback sneak, and it didn't look like he was going to get it at first, but a second push there will give it to him.
Here it goes.
Wow, what a mistake. Eli Nelson, who's been getting on his team.
Motions get out of control just a little bit. It's a big rivalry.
2:24, the clock stopped after that penalty. And you saw it.
Now, it'll be a dead ball foul, so they'll enforce it after the first down.
Right. It'll still be 1st and 10.
Looks like it'll be a first down, and it's going to cost
or 1st and
yards with 2:24 to go.
Yeah, and you just got to be the smarter one. They always catch the second guy every time. That's part of it.
And now the officials saying my time.
Looks like they're going to measure this perhaps, but that's a tough penalty no matter what goes on in this situation.
So it was Hall on the QB sneak, and they did the push with the run, and everybody stacked in there.
And so they're going to measure this.
Yeah, they're going to see.
Typically get when they run that, and they're unstoppable at that. But so you got to see here on whether it's a dead ball penalty or well, it will be a dead ball penalty, but whether it's off of first down.
So let's see what happens when they bring out the chains. Might not matter too much if he didn't get the first down.
If he's short of the first down, the penalty will still be marked, but that'll end the night for Anderson County.
Yep. It's going on 10 o'clock right now. This game kicked off at 7, 3-hour high school football game. Better than the last time we were here.
He's short.
Wow.
Yeah.
That should be. I mean, it's not over. Powell can fumble or something, but you would think that would put a fork in this one.
Yeah, that's it's the odds, the percentage of winning stat you see sometimes is pretty low for Anderson County right now. Pretty high for Powell.
Give up a touchdown. and bring it back on the 4th and 1. And what a push by that D line. We said it would come down to the line of scrimmage, and a really, really important 4th and 1.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to hand the ball off.
Gosh, I don't know how he came up short on that quarterback sneak. After seeing the replay, I have no idea how he came up short. He needed less than a yard.
Yeah.
Not making an auto turn. That changed the ball.
So now Powell on the turnover on downs has the Hammers first down. And Wheeler gets the handoff, which we would expect to happen. And Anderson County going for the strip. And Wheeler picks up the first down.
Something else happening down there.
See what we got on Chuck Fleischman replay. So you can see Dalen Cole there was the first to meet Wheeler and started going for that football. But Wheeler is an experienced running back. He knows he's got to protect that rock right now. Clock running, 1:45 left to go in this one.
Got a new quarterback.
Yes, it is. And then here is the senior running back for Powell, Marcus Jackson. He's going to pick up the first down as well. That quarterback, that new one, is a freshman, Jalen Benjamin, getting some minutes in the first game of the season. Going into this one, he probably didn't expect to play.
No, exactly.
And Jackson is a talented running back.
He's a good running back as well.
Looks like they're going to let some other guys get some experience in a big game.
A new back in the backfield now for Powell as well. And that is Keyshawn Jackson, the senior on this team. 45 seconds now. Anderson County doesn't look interested in trying to stop the clock anymore, so we should have one more play.
Yeah, you could get in victory formation right here and just snap it, take a knee.
These guys give this freshman a little taste of what it's like to be out here. Looks like they've got Jonathan Warren out at running back for the freshman as well.
Oh. And so for Powell, another new ball running back in there getting a chance at the ball. It's Jonathan Moore.
I think that's your ball game, guys.
And that is it. The clock goes down to 0, and Powell begins its season getting revenge for last year's game. The final score, 35-21 Panthers.
A really nice ball game. You saw a lot of ebb and flow. Saw a lot of mistakes early on both sides, but Powell really came out and capitalized in the second half.
And I love that they play this game. This right here. This is the 5th year in a row that they've played this. Anderson County, Powell, two very good programs with very good players. There's such a great thing for both of these teams to start the year with this one.
Oh, absolutely. When I talked to both coaches, they said non-district games are to help you prepare for the district, right? And so when you measure yourself against either one of these teams, you know what you got.
Yeah, and it's not – both of these teams are going to have just gut-wrenching schedules. Anderson County added Bearden to their schedule this year.
Yeah.
Neither of these teams are afraid to play. Powell, they got Maryville on the schedule. So, yeah, it gets tough. So this is a very good first game for both of these teams.
Absolutely. No losers tonight.
So, Coach Dan Shoemaker, your first game in here in the booth with us. How'd it go?
Well, it was really good. It's, doing this with you guys, I'm going to see teams that I've never seen before. I've scrimmaged Anderson County never scrimmaged Powell, never played either one of these in a real regular season game. But seeing these quality programs that you guys, the schedule, and Brad, I want to just commend you on the schedule that you put together for this year. Some really nice ball games. Regional in a sense, but really nice ball games. You've done a good job with that. And so I'm excited to be able to go through the season with you guys.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here when you see those games, and excited to get your analysis on it. So we got a Friday night scoreboard show coming up. It's past 10. We got to get you there. The Free Medical Clinic Friday night scoreboard show. Always a fun time. Coach Shue, if you've never seen it, I'm telling you, you need to tune in to the Friday night scoreboard show when you get home. They'll stay on the air until sometime maybe a little after midnight. And that's with David Queen or Jonathan Cox. They do a great job. And you get a lot of fun phone calls in there as well. So this was a great way to kick off the season. Always is. So glad to be a part of this again. Thank you to all of our sponsors. And I'll just give a final shout out to those. Of course, want to say thank you to Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties sponsoring our pregame show. OEB Law, as always, Tim Elrod. Hammers, sponsoring our first down. Chuck Fleischman. Patterson's Appliance. Daniel Forrester. Sabre Beauchamp. And then, of course, all the rest of the sponsors that you saw commercials for as the night went on. So we'll wrap it up. For Coach Dan Shoemaker, for Brad Jones, I am Aaron Harvey. So long, folks.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Summer's not over yet. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we offer a wide selection of vehicles to help you reel in every last drop of the season. 2023 Ford Escape Panoramic Roof, $34,740. 2023 Ford Explorer XLT 4-wheel drive, $46,915. A 2023 F-150 Super Cab 4x4, $46,938. Local you trust, summertime fun you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. See all the ways natural gas can improve your home by visiting one of the ORUD showrooms in Oak Ridge or Kingston. New gas appliances run more efficiently. They provide hot water when you need it, precise heat control for cooking, and can dry clothes in about half the time. Comfort you can feel. Savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas.
Excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.